Take it to trial. Take it to trial. Welcome in, grab a seat, hit the like and subscribe. It's SweetP's on the mic with that spicy little vibe. Got the courtroom streaming in the chat, going wild. We're debating heavy topics, but still laughing like a child. From objections to confessions to the judge's side eye. If it's justice and it's messy, we gon' talk about why. Every day's a new case, every moment's a ride. And when SweetP's in the building, we be learning with pride. Minds on deck, keep the room running smooth. Film freak therapist, you know, keeping everyone in the groove. Like to with the facts, pretty brown girl with the sass. Moreldia and Fowler keep the peace in the chat. But Jason walks in and the ladies collapse. Chocolate. Take it to trial, where the truth gets loud and the laughs run wild. SweetP's got the spice, she's the queen of the aisle. Chat fam rolling deep, we've been here a while. Lights on, mics up, we gon' do this right. Take it to trial, every day, every night. Take it to trial. Morning shows are sharp, afternoon is on fire. And we catch every moment that the court might inspire. From witnesses whispering, the lawyers trying to hard. You know SweetP breaks it down like a legal tarot card. Chats cracking jokes, dropping theories on the fly. We're serious when it counts, but we still testify. Minds hold it down when the trolls try to play. If you're out of line, court adjourned for the day. But when Jason logs in with that deep hello sound, the ladies in the chat, man, they all fall down. Take it, 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 take it to trial, where the truth gets loud and the laughs run wild. SweetP's got the spice, she's the queen of the aisle. Chat fam rolling deep, we've been here a while. Lights on, mics up, we gon' do this right. Take it to trial, every day, every night. Take it to trial. When the sun goes down and the cases get deep, after dark gets spicy, no secrets to keep. Taboo topics, big laugh, slap, happy crew. SweetP says behave, but we never really do. It's opinions, confessions, stories untold, but we handle it with heart like the chat made a goal. Hey! Take it to trial, from day to night and every wild mile. SweetP's million strong with her trademark style, and the fam in the chat always makes it worthwhile. Turn it up, show some love, hit the like on sight. Take it to trial. Yeah, we live tonight. Take it to trial. Yeah, we live tonight. Take it to trial.
And y'all ready to proceed? All right. Ms. Lamb, you can call your next witness.
Northern State calls Special Agent James Gibson.
All right, Agent Gibson. Agent Gibson, before you have a seat, if you would turn around and receive the oath from Mr. Lamb, please.
Yes, sir. If you would pause right there and raise your right hand, please. You swear together that you give this case to be the truth, so help you God? Yes, sir, I do. Thank you. Have a seat, sir. State your name, please.
James Gibson,
Where are you employed?
Georgia Bureau of Investigation.
How long have you been employed by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation?
Since 2015, right at 10 years.
What is your rank, your designation there?
I'm a special agent, and my job title is a crime scene specialist.
What is a crime scene specialist?
Primarily, what I do on a day-to-day basis is process crime scenes and deal with evidence related to crime scenes.
Do you have any specialized training with regard to the analysis and analysis of crime scenes and collection of preservation and collection of evidence and so forth?
Sure, I do.
Okay, can you tell the jury what kind of training you have in that field?
Right. So first off, in order to be a special agent, which is a sworn position, just like a police officer, we have to go through the police academy, which when I went was 10 weeks. Now it's longer, but it was 10 weeks of classroom material training. And then after that, there's 7 classes that you can take to get a state certification as a crime scene technician. So I did that, which includes photography, crime scene, basic crime scene, fingerprint development, stuff like that. There's a bloodstain pattern analysis course.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but well, I did, but I didn't mean to speak over you. Where were you employed when you first received crime scene training?
Sure. Before I was with the GBI, I was with the Columbus Police Department. While I was there, the first 3 years I was there, I was in patrol. And then after that, I was in the crime scene unit for 4 years. And that's where I obtained my crime scene certification, was while I was with the Columbus Police Department. So when I came on with the GBI, I had already done that. When I came on with the GBI, we go through a basic agent course, which is in addition to the police academy. So there was that, which was, I want to say, about 12 weeks for that, which is just how to be a special agent. And a week of that is crime scene preservation. After that, I went to the National Forensic Academy, which is a 10-week program, which is just doing crime scene. We learned bloodstain pattern analysis, shooting reconstruction, photography, dealing with buried remains. There's all kind of stuff there that is all crime scene specific. After that, I've continued to take classes over the years in bloodstain pattern analysis, advanced bloodstain pattern analysis, shooting reconstruction, advanced shooting reconstruction, advanced photography. In addition to that, I also teach a lot of those classes as well. So total, I've had about 4,000 hours of training in law enforcement, and about 3,000 or so of that has been crime scene specific.
And have you had occasion as a GBI agent? We'll skip when you were working in Columbus, but since you became an agent with the GBI, have you had occasion to investigate crime scenes of any sort?
Yes, sir. That's pretty much all I do.
And approximately how many different crime scenes have you been involved in the investigation of?
So it's difficult to keep track of a specific number. The number of death investigations that I have actually authored the report of, being the main agent on death investigations, is right about 200 now. I think it's 197. I've also been a part of a lot of other assault cases involving where, you know, somebody was shot, they didn't die, or something like that. And in addition to that, I've been involved in a lot of cases where I was not the primary on the case, but I assisted in some way in the case. So I've been involved in, as far as assault cases, probably, I'd say 800, maybe 1,000. I mean, crime scenes in general, it's been 1,500, maybe 2,000.
As a crime scene specialist with the GBI, have you had occasion to testify in trials or in court, whether in trials or in hearings? Have you had occasion to testify in courts of this state?
Yes, sir, I have.
Okay. Approximately how many times have you testified?
So before 2021, I was not keeping an accurate record of it. Since 2021, it's been approximately 20 times testifying as an expert in the state of Georgia.
And each time that you testified as a crime scene specialist, were you in fact qualified as and recognized by the court as an expert in the field of crime scene investigation?
Yes, sir.
Does crime scene investigation involve the on-site analysis and collection of items that may or may not be of evidentiary significance?
Yes, sir, it does.
Okay. And is that simply a part of the job that you have to look at the things that you find at a particular location and make a determination as to whether or not you believe they have evidentiary value?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, at this time, we would tender Agent Gibson as an expert in the field of crime scene investigation, including the analysis, preservation, and collection of evidence.
You wish to voir dire the witness?
No, no objection.
All right. Agent Gibson will be allowed to give opinion testimony in his area of expertise.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right. Agent Gibson, in January, specifically January 14th of 2024, did you have occasion to be sent to a location on the Georgia Southwestern State University campus?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay. And how did you become involved in the investigation of that case that day?
So I was notified that there was a case on the campus involving a dead baby, a baby death case, and I was asked to come and investigate the crime scene there on campus. So I came to Americus, and that was my intentions.
Did you go anywhere else besides campus?
Before I came to the campus, I went to the hospital and photographed the victim at the hospital first.
In photographing the victim, did you notice whether or not there were any external wounds, open wounds from which the victim was bleeding?
No, there was some medical intervention that was still attached to the baby, and there was some bruising, some, I guess you would say, light bruising. It was difficult to tell, but nothing that stood out. There was no blood, nothing really that stood out. There was a couple bruises that I photographed.
Yeah. But you didn't. But there was no external bleeding that you observed.
No.
I mean, I understand you're not a doctor and didn't do internal examination or whatever,
Right,
but there was no external bleeding.
No.
Okay. After you took photographs of the victim at the hospital, did you go to campus, to the GSW campus?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay. And when you got there, where did you go?
Before I went inside to the dorm room, I went to the dumpster area at the dorm rooms.
Okay. And why did you go to the dumpsters when you got to campus?
In the briefing of trying to figure out what I was supposed to be looking for at the scene, it had been reported to me that somebody had come from the building and gone to the dumpsters and thrown something in the dumpster. So I went to look in the dumpster to see if there was anything of evidentiary value in the dumpster before I went inside.
Is that something that you would ordinarily do if you're advised that someone who had been at the location that you were going to investigate, if you're advised that someone at that location had gone and put something in a dumpster, is that something you would ordinarily start there?
If there's reason to believe, well, you mean as far as doing that first?
Yeah.
Or
I mean, would you go to the dumpster, whether you went there first or
Right.
second? I mean, would you, is that one of the things that you would cover, one of the areas you would cover?
Right. Well, in investigating this case, just like any other case, I'm looking for anything that could have caused death to the child, or anything that could help us paint the picture of what happened. And so if I knew somebody is going to the dumpster, then that's a natural thing to do, is to look and see if there's anything in there that stands out.
Okay. And when you went to the dumpster, did you identify any items that you thought were of significance to be collected?
There were
collect any evidence?
To collect any evidence?
Yes.
No.
Okay. What did you do when you were at the dumpster?
So there was two dumpsters there. There was one on the right that was completely full of trash. The one on the left was not completely full of trash. So my thought was, if you're going to throw trash in there, you would throw it in the one that has less in it, where you can fit the bags in. So I looked in the one with less trash, and there was two white trash bags on top. I pulled those out to see what was in them. And in one of them, there was some food trash, like I think it was from Zaxby's, from a restaurant. And in that, there was a name on the receipt where when you go and you order food and you tell them your name. And the name on the receipt said Trinity. And I knew that the person's dorm room that we were at, her name was Trinity. So naturally, I went through that bag and photographed the items that were in that bag. There was a similar bag, same material, same color, same drawstring, had similar trash in it. And I took that trash out, and I say trash, I took the items out of it and photographed the items. There was nothing of significance that I knew of at the time, based on what I knew about the case, that would help me tell the story of what happened. So I photographed the items and put them back in the trash.
Why would you photograph the items if you weren't going to collect them for preserve them in some way?
Well, I mean, first off, one of the things that we teach is a photographic record is preserving evidence, because by photographing it, now I know what was in that bag. So it does two things. It tells us what was in the trash bags, but it also tells us what was not in the trash bags. So, if somebody was to come back and say there was a gun in there, well, no, there wasn't, because I photographed the items that were in the bag. So,
in the process of doing that, did you see any dirty diapers in the trash?
I did.
Okay. Did you examine those?
I did.
And when you examined those, did you what did you find? What did you find when you examined the diapers?
Yeah, one of the trash bags had a diaper in it that had like a Mickey Mouse print on the diaper itself. I opened it up, appeared to have what looked like urine in the diaper. In another one of the trash bags, it had 3 diapers in it that were wadded up. I opened those. 2 of them had urine and 1 of them had feces in it. So I photographed the diapers and, along with the other items, put them back in the trash.
When you saw the diaper that had feces in it, did you see or have any reason to believe that you might be seeing any other substance in that diaper?
No, I didn't see anything other than feces.
See any blood?
No.
Do you think you would have recognized it if there had been blood in that diaper, and blood in the feces, or blood in the diaper itself?
I believe so. Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you ever been in a position that you observed such a thing, blood in feces? Or
not in a baby case, but I have worked death investigations that ended up being natural deaths. Usually it's a medical problem where somebody is vomiting blood and blood coming out their bottom, and there's stuff in the house. There's feces in the house that's got blood mixed with it. And so I have seen that before. And the feces that was in these diapers just looked like a baby diaper with feces in it.
If you had thought that there was any possibility that there was blood in the diaper, what actions, if any, would you have taken?
If I thought that it could have helped in the case, I would have collected it. That being said, I don't know everything that our lab can test. And I don't know everything that other labs can test. But in my experience, in other cases, like I know our lab will not test feces for like DNA or anything like that. So I don't know what testing could have been done with it, but I didn't see anything that we could do with it other than collect it. Sometimes we collect things just to hold on to it. But even if I had collected it, I don't know what testing could have been done to it.
Well, why wouldn't you collect every single piece of every item that you observe or that you run across or that you see that might possibly be related to the case in some way, and worry about whether it matters or not later? Why wouldn't you just collect everything?
So in a perfect world, we would just take the entire dumpster and bring it back and keep it forever. And every other case that I investigate, we would just box up the entire house and take it with us. Unfortunately, we can't do that. That's not practical. So we have to try to determine what's important in the case. And I do, a lot of times I will find something that it may not mean anything to me at the time, but I know that it stands out and it may mean something later, so it gets collected. So there's lots of times in our evidence room, there's things that you look back a year or two later and you wonder why we still have that, because it's not evidentiary. But I try to err on the side of caution, but like in this case, 4 dirty diapers just didn't seem like something that needed to be collected in the case.
Did you collect anything out of that trash can?
No, sir, I just photographed.
Okay. So when you photograph something, do you, as a GBI crime scene specialist, do you assign each item that you photograph a photographic exhibit number?
I don't. When it comes out of the camera, it's got a number associated with it.
Well, what's the number that's associated with it when it comes out of the camera? What is that number? What does it represent?
The camera numbers the photographs in sequence, so each one of them has a different file name.
It's a file name, right?
Right.
It's a file name, or whatever, 123.jpg.
That's correct.
234.jpg, right?
Correct.
Okay. Did you do anything in this case that was intended to demarcate or preserve the diapers as an evidentiary matter in terms of, giving it a special label, a special exhibit number, or did you just take pictures of them when you took pictures of everything else?
Right. I just photographed them.
Okay. Is part of your training designed to help you make those decisions as to whether or not in any given case and any given item may or may not be of evidentiary value?
Sure. Based on, I hate to use the phrase, but knowledge, training, and experience, my knowledge tells me when something looks out of place and to take that. My training tells me how to preserve that, for a case. And my experience going to lots and lots of crime scenes, there's things that somebody else may not see as evidentiary, or they may not think that it would mean something in the case. And based on the cases that I've worked, I may recognize that it could possibly mean something. And I take all of those 3 into account and try to determine what I need to take back and what doesn't need to go back. Because like I said, in a perfect world, we would take everything, but that's just not practical to take everything.
Is it fair to say that making those judgments and making those decisions is sort of part and parcel of your job?
Yes.
After you examine the items in the dumpster outside this dormitory on the GSW campus, did you go inside?
Yes, sir, I did.
And when you went inside, where did you go?
It was room 158, I believe it was.
Okay. I'm going to show you I'll tell you what, I'm going to. I'm going to hand you a stack of photographs, and I'm going to ask you to look them over, and then I'll have a few questions about each one individually. After
Sure.
that, okay. I'm gonna hand you a series of photographs that are marked as States Exhibits 4 through 19. And first, just take a quick look at those and then and tell me if you recognize what you're holding. You recognize those?
Yes, sir, I do.
Did you take these photographs?
Yes, sir, I did.
Do each of these photographs fairly and accurately depict what is shown in them?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And these are photographs for summary purposes, just from the outside of the door into the dorm room that's in question here. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And then pictures inside the room.
That's correct.
Okay. Your Honor, what I will identify each of them separately, and I guess I'll just tender them each separately, but without asking additional foundation questions. Okay. States Exhibit 4. What is shown in States 4?
That is the I guess you would call that the exterior door for the dorm room.
Okay.
Go ahead. I don't mean to get ahead, but on the inside of that door, there are 2 additional doors going into the dorm room. So this was the doorway from the hall.
Tender States 4 at this time, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
There we go. Okay. All right. States 4. That's the door from the hallway into the suite or whatever. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. States Exhibit 5. What happened when you took the picture? States Exhibit 5. What is that?
That's basically from the same point of view with the door open, looking into the I guess you'd say the common area between the 2 dorm rooms.
And which is exhibited now on the screen here. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So you can see 2 doors there.
Tender the exhibits
I
before you-
apologize, Your Honor. Tender States 5.
All right. Any objection?
Yeah, I do not object. If it's streamlined, I will stipulate that I have no objection to 5 through 19.
Okay.
Introducing evidence.
All right. That'll ease the transition to because
yes,
what it is, ladies and gentlemen, the picture can't be shown to you until it's technically admitted into evidence. So I'm going to admit exhibits 5 through 19 into evidence.
And I'll just try to make sure that each one, as we go to it, that it's clear what it's a picture
I
of.
understand.
Okay. So 5 is showing basically from the hallway into the room, shows the 2 doors on the back side of the suite. Is that right?
Right. So from this door, there's a little like a common area when you pass through this door on the right side, there was a counter space. To the left side was a bathroom area. And then directly in front, you can see doors that are in the common area that lead to 2 separate dorm rooms.
States Exhibit 6. What is shown in State 6? Look up there.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, since they're all admitted, I'll just put them
Okay.
up there instead of holding these up.
Sure. That is just that common area. You can see the counter on the right, and there's a bath mat, a rug on the floor. And then there's in the top of the photograph to the left, there's an open door, which was the room 158. And then on the right was an additional dorm room.
Were you able to make a determination as to who the occupants were, or the normal occupants were of each of those rooms?
Yes. The defendant's dorm room was the one on the left that had the door open.
So it's 158, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When as shown in State's Exhibit 6, where you can see the bath mat, was there anything notable about the bath mat or anything of significance that you took note of, or potential significance that you took note of with regard to the bath mat?
There was one stain on the bath mat that appeared to be maybe vomit or something. It was very small, maybe 2 inches long and 1 inch wide. It was a very small stain.
Is it reflected in the photograph? Can you point for the jury to show where it's at?
I don't know that you could see it in this photograph because it was so small.
Okay.
And it's hard to see from here. If you'd like me to get up.
Yeah. You're welcome to step in and see if you.
Okay. Yes, it's right in the center, about the center of the carpet.
Okay. And sort of a brownish spot that's right in the center there.
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you, when you noted that it appeared to be vomit, did that prompt you to take that bath mat into evidence, to collect it and bag it and tag it, preserve it for testing?
No.
Okay. Why wouldn't you do that?
Because kind of like with the baby diaper, I don't know what testing could be done from the vomit. So photographically documenting it, that it was there, I felt at the time would suffice.
Does the crime lab test vomit for DNA, for instance?
Not that I know of.
Okay. All right. State's Exhibit 7, which I'm about to display. What is shown in State's Exhibit 7?
Okay.
If it's easier for you to sit where you can see the screen, or whichever one's easier for you to see, you're welcome to do that.
Sure. This was standing in the common area looking into the defendant's dorm room.
Okay. And then was there a point when you entered the dorm room that you were looking, that you had believed or thought that there might be an air mattress of some sort in the dorm room?
So the whole time I was processing the scene, I was in contact with the case agent who was giving me updates of things to possibly be looking for. In this kind of case, when there's not a lot of visible injuries on the child and it's very early on in the investigations, sometimes when you go in a scene like this, I can take overall photographs, but I don't know what I'm looking for. And so I was told something about an air mattress to see if there was an air mattress, and I did find an air mattress and I photographed it.
And State's Exhibit 8 that is on the screen now, does that show the air mattress in the location where you found it?
Yes.
Okay. Where in that photograph is the air mattress?
It's the black item in the top center.
Okay. Did you unroll that item to determine what in fact it was?
I do remember taking it out. I don't remember completely unfolding it, but I did verify that it was an air mattress.
State's Exhibit 9, which is on the screen now, did you take that one?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay. And once you had determined that this item was an air mattress, did you believe that there was anything further that you needed to determine with regard to that item?
No.
Simply, we're trying to confirm whether or not there was an air mattress in the room.
Correct. And I unfolded it enough to determine that, yes, it was an air mattress. And at that point, I still, to this day, I don't know what the air mattress, what role it played. It was more of a question of, is there an air mattress in the room? Yes, there was an air mattress in the room.
Okay. Now, let me show you State's Exhibit 10 and have you tell the jury what they're seeing here, please.
So when you come into the doorway of the dormitory, the dorm room, on the right-hand side, there was a desk that was against that wall. And this is just showing the top of the desk and the items that are on the desk.
So you see the blue item that's sort of it's nearest at the bottom of the picture?
Yes.
Blue cup. What's that?
What I would call a sippy cup.
Okay. Now you have a case that's involving an infant. Why wouldn't you seize the sippy cup so that you can test it for DNA to determine if that is the infant's sippy cup?
Because I would expect it to be the infant sippy cup. There was no reason for it not to be there. I mean, there was a child in the room. To find items related to the child was not, it wouldn't answer any questions for us.
You see, there looks like maybe there's a computer in that picture right past where that Mountain Dew bottle is.
Yes.
Is there an item on top of that computer, on top of that black item?
The bags?
No, to the left, the small red item.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, there was a pacifier.
Okay. Did you collect the pacifier?
I did not.
So why wouldn't you collect the pacifier so that you could test to determine if this is the pacifier that J.D. Angelus had used before he died?
I wouldn't have believed it belonged to anybody else. It was the child in the room, and it, in my opinion, it didn't tell the story of what happened to the child. By simply having a pacifier in the room or a sippy cup would not help me in my case of determining what happened to the child.
Is it fair to say that the significance of those items, if any, is simply that they show that a child has been in that room?
That's all that, in my opinion, that's all they showed, was that there had been a child in there.
Okay. All right. State's Exhibit 11, which I am about to display. That is State's Exhibit 11. Behind that computer where the pacifier is, you see a sort of a silver bag of some sort that's open there.
Yes.
What's in that bag, if you recall?
I don't remember the brand. It looks to be some sort of chips or something.
States 12. Did you take this picture as well, I assume?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, back there where the bed is, you see that pink chair?
Yes.
Okay. Behind the pink chair, what is that green item?
Step stool.
Did you measure the bed to determine how high the bed frame or the top of the mattress was off the ground?
Yes, I measured from the mattress to the floor, and it was approximately 40 inches.
Okay. Did you measure anything with regard to that pink chair?
I did. I measured from the seat of it, from the front of the seat to the floor, and that was approximately 13 inches above the floor.
So the bed was 40 inches high, and the front of the chair was 13 inches high.
Yes,
off
sir.
the floor. Okay. State's Exhibit 13. Did you collect the chair?
I did not.
Well, why wouldn't you collect the chair so that you can test the cushion to see if the child had left contact DNA in the cushion of the chair?
I photographed the chair. I didn't see anything that stood out as far as blood or anything on the chair. A lot of times in these investigations, there's questions about whether somebody fell off of an item or fell out of a chair onto the floor. And so that's why I measured it. And so that's all I did was measure the height of it. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary with the chair, so it didn't get collected.
Is there anything about the chair that you think you as an investigator or this jury as a decision maker, is there anything about the chair that you think would be that you would learn from having the chair here in person to look at as opposed to simply having a photograph of it.
No.
All right. State's Exhibit 14. Let's see. One picture two there. We'll go back to State's Exhibit 14. What are those items that? Well, first, let me ask you, what was the purpose of taking this picture?
So there was two purposes of taking this picture. First off, whenever I photograph a crime scene, the standard way to photograph a crime scene is before you touch anything or move anything around, you take what we would call overall photographs. You try to make sure that everything that you can see that's in plain view is in a photograph somewhere. So they're a little bit out of sequence as far as the way that they've been shown today, but I would walk in, I would show the desk that was on the right, the floor in front of the desk, the bed. This is looking to the left just inside the door to show what is in that general area. The second purpose of this photograph was there's gray bags on the floor that came from, I believe they were Walmart bags that were sitting in the middle of the floor. So it was to show where the Walmart bags were in relation to everything else in the room.
Did you have any belief or understanding that a Walmart shopping bag might have some significance in this case?
Yes.
Okay. And what was your understanding of what the significance of the Walmart bags was?
Sure. In my briefing that I got trying to determine what we're looking for in this case, I was told that the father of the victim had apparently run some errands, gone to, I think it was Walmart and Pizza Hut, and come back to the dorm before finding the child in the room. And so these were evidence that he had been to Walmart.
After you took this picture, did you move closer and take basically another series of pictures regarding the bag?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay. Let me show you what has been marked as, or admitted rather, as States 15. Did you photograph that? You took that photograph?
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay. And did you then open the bags?
I did.
Okay. And is that what is shown in States 16?
Yes. Yes, sir, it is.
Now, did you collect the items that were in the bag?
No, sir, I didn't.
You simply opened the bag.
That's correct.
Did you take another photograph though at the point after you opened the bag? Did you think?
I think I photographed the receipt, more close up of the receipt after that.
And I'm going to show you what's been admitted as States 17. Is that the photograph you're referring to?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay. And that Walmart receipt, if you can read it from there, can you tell the date and time showing, that receipt was printed?
January 14th, 2024 at 12:14 p.m.
Now, was there anything about that receipt that you thought was significant?
Not with what may have happened to the child. It was just evidence that somebody had been at Walmart at that date and time and bought those items.
Okay.
So it may help tell the story of whoever was there at Walmart. But in my opinion, it didn't tell the story of what happened to the child while that person was at Walmart.
Even though that receipt might be important for the purpose of showing that someone had left that room and gone to Walmart, maybe not left that room, but that someone had come to that room from Walmart. Other than that, was there anything of evidentiary significance about it?
Not that I remember.
Okay. So did you collect it for analysis in some way?
I did not.
You said that there was also photographs of a pizza box somewhere in the room. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
I want to show you states 18, and if you can tell me what is shown in states 18. There it is.
This was when you come into the room, looking slightly to the left, the little piece of furniture with the pastel colors with the drawers that was at the foot of the bed, and in the right-hand side of the photograph is the foot of the bed, and there's a Pizza Hut box on top of the bed.
And then did you take another picture at some point of the box itself?
Yes, sir, I did.
Is that what's shown in states 19?
Yes, sir.
And was there any reason to collect the item?
No, sir.
Simply wanted to document that it was there.
Correct.
Was there any item at the scene, in the dumpsters, at the hospital, any other location that you attended? Was there any item that, in your judgment, was an item of evidentiary significance that you simply ignored or did not collect?
No, sir.
Nothing further of this witness at this time, Your Honor.
All right, cross-examination?
No, we approach for a moment.
Yes, sir. Recess so everybody can get comfortable. If use the restroom if you need to, and we'll come right back in at 2 o'clock. All right.
Reason to ever test.
Your Honor, that a topic I meant to cover but did not. After you the items in the dumpster, after you photographed them, what did you do with them?
Just put them back in the dumpster. I put them back in the bags and back in the dumpster.
So you dumped them out on the ground, took pictures of them, and then put them back in the bags and
Put them back in the dumpster.
put them back in the
Yes,
dumpster. Okay. So did you ever take possession of them in the sense of bagging and tagging them and quote, taking them into evidence?
No, sir.
And when you made the decision that the dirty diaper did not have evidentiary value because there was no apparent blood or anything else to it, when you made that decision, were you anticipating that someday someone might make a motion to test the item which you never collected?
No. If I thought that there was any reason to ever test it, I would have collected it.
You would have collected it. Even if you didn't think that necessarily that we needed to test it, if you thought that it might be worthy of testing, would you collect it?
Right. I mean, contrary to what some believe, I mean, we don't work for the prosecution or the defense. We work to try to figure out what happened. And if I thought that it could answer some questions about the scene, I would have collected it.
Nothing further.
All right, cross-examination.
Hey, yes, I'm Khye Gamble. I represent Ms. Poague. How are you today?
Doing well.
You said you don't work for the prosecution, correct?
That's correct.
And you testified in court 20 times or more as an expert, correct?
Yes.
Tell me how many times you testified as an expert for the defense.
I've been called once or twice, and they never actually have me in court.
So you've never testified on behalf of a criminal defendant in a courtroom, correct?
That's correct.
Now, as the special agent that is here doing the crime scene workup, I guess I would call it. You were called to the scene. Were you given some background information about the case before you got there?
Yes, sir.
You knew it involved a child that was a year and a half old that had some traumatizing injuries, correct?
Yes, sir.
I think you've already testified that you actually went to the hospital and took some photographs of the child, correct?
Yes, sir, I did.
And I think you said earlier that it has some slight bruising, correct?
Yes, sir.
And would it be fair to state that on the torso of the child, from the neck to down to his hips, in that area, if you were just visually looking at it, you wouldn't see any real injuries, correct?
No, in fact, the two injuries that I noted in my paperwork there was a small bruise on, I think it was the left cheek, and there was what appeared to be maybe a bruise on, I think it was the right side of the head, but the hair covered it up and it was difficult to see.
So it's fair to state that even the bruising that you saw was in that slight range that you described when you testified on direct, correct?
Yes, sir.
And so just in viewing the child without knowing anything else at that time, it wouldn't necessarily make you determine or think that severe injuries had happened to the child, correct?
I mean, other than the fact that the child was no longer living, and me not being a medical doctor, I was unaware of what could have caused the death. I mean, nothing stood out. Like, obviously you go to a shooting scene and there's holes in the victim. None of that was there. So, I mean, I didn't know what could have caused the death.
But you have been to scenes where people have been beaten to death, have you not?
Yes.
And you've been able to see noticeable marks on them that will let you know as soon as you looked at that person that, boy, that person had been beaten, correct?
Absolutely.
And you weren't looking at something like that just when you knew the child was not alive, so something had happened.
That's
But
correct.
there was nothing to view to alarm you into that range of just visualizing, was it?
Right. Based on my experience, there was nothing that I could see that stood out that would have obviously caused the death of the child. No.
Now, you went to the dorm room because I assume that the investigators or the rest of the people with the GBI had told you they believed that might be where the crime scene was, correct?
Yes, that's where the child came from. So that's.
Did they tell you they believed that was where the incident occurred when the child got harmed?
From my understanding, I mean, when I went, we didn't have any indication of where the child had been harmed, but that was where the child was taken from. So it was my job to go and document the scene as we found it.
And so when you went to that scene as a crime scene specialist, you wanted to collect any evidence that you felt like it had any bearing whatsoever on this case, correct?
Anything that could have told the story of what may have harmed the child.
Yes. So one thing that you'd look for is to see if there was any type of item that might have been used as a weapon to harm the child, correct?
Sure.
And in taking evidence in and photographing, you didn't find anything in that dorm room that you believe would have been used as an instrument to harm the child, did you?
No, and I mean, like in this kind of case, anything can be used as a weapon, but nothing stood out as like a weapon that was used. And that was one of the reasons I looked in the trash bags too, was to see if something was in there that, maybe somebody threw out to get out of the room. Because we see that in criminal cases where somebody will dispose of something. And I didn't see anything in the trash bags, and I didn't see anything in the room, no.
So you didn't see anything like a paddle or a baseball bat or something that would be used to hit somebody, correct?
No, sir.
And in looking through the room, you didn't find any blood evidence anywhere in the whole dorm, did you?
No, sir, I didn't.
And you didn't find any bodily fluid evidence anywhere in the dorm room either, did you?
Just that stuff that was on the carpet that was right outside that looked like it may have been vomit or something. I'm not sure what it was. It was not blood. I know that. But I mean, it could have been vomit. I'm not sure.
And that's the problem you have with that is that was not tested, correct?
Correct.
So there's no way for you to say with any certainty what the substance was on that mat, correct?
That's correct.
And so that's just pure speculation of whatever it might be, right?
Right. I have test kits for like blood, and I can test it to see if it is blood, but there's no test kit for vomit.
Well, there's certainly test kits that do exist, or tests that do exist that could determine whether or not that was a fluid from a human being if it was done correctly, correct?
You'd have to specify the fluid from the human being.
Well, if you tested that substance that was on that carpet and you asked someone, a lab, to test it for DNA, could they do that?
Probably not.
You do not think it could be tested for DNA?
You can test it, but you don't get a result from stomach contents. You don't get a DNA result from stomach contents. That's why you also don't get it from feces. So if we send feces to the lab for DNA, they send it back to us because it's typically not in the feces.
Well, you stated you didn't take it in to test for whatever reason. You don't know for sure what the substance is, but we do know one thing. The rug that you looked at was left there in the dorm when you got through, was it not?
Yes, sir.
And you asked some questions about the chair on whether or not you took it into evidence and did you take it in and test it or anything, and you said no, correct?
Correct.
But at the same time, that chair was still left at the dorm, was it not?
That's correct.
And you were asked about various other items that why didn't you take them in, or you could have taken them in, such as the items of cola that were on the table and those type things. You still just left them there at the dorm, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Now, the one difference between all of those items and the dirty diapers that you asked about is that those dirty diapers have now been disposed of and we don't know where they're at, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, these other items, if there was some testing needed to be done or some reason to bring them in the courtroom for all practical reasons, we can still bring them in here and let the jury see them or test them or do whatever it is, correct?
To be fair, I don't know what happened to any of the other items in that dorm room.
Well, obviously, someone could have thrown them away after you left, correct?
Correct.
But as far as Trinity Poague, it's her room. If she wanted to preserve those items after you got through, she would have been able to gather them up and take them with her, correct?
Correct.
So if she wanted to bring that pink chair in this courtroom to show its height, she'd be able to do that, wouldn't she?
Yes.
The 40-inch bed, she would be able to bring it in, I guess, if she really wanted to, correct?
Sure.
Or show a picture of her measuring or whatever, right?
Sure.
But at the same time, you have to acknowledge when it comes to these diapers, they're gone, right?
Yes.
I mean, you didn't throw them away physically and burn them, but you left them in a dumpster and then they were picked up and taken off to the trash dump at some point, correct?
That's correct.
They're long gone.
Sure.
And you did know at the time that you looked at these diapers that it sometimes there can be blood in fecal matter, didn't you?
There can be.
I mean, you've testified in some of your investigations. You've done that where there was blood found in a human being from sickness or illness, and that was available, correct?
Yes.
And there are tests to actually check to see if there's blood in fecal matter. A hemoccult test can be done to test for blood in fecal matter, can it?
I'm not aware of it, but I mean, maybe it can.
You don't doubt that there's some test available to do that, do you?
I mean, if I saw something in there that looked like blood, I could have tested it with the test kits that I have in my truck. But I didn't see anything that appeared to be even remotely close to blood.
Well, I'm going to hand you what I've marked first as plaintiff's defendant's exhibit number 1.
Sure.
And I've already given a copy to the district attorney. May I approach? Yes, sir. Hey, Gibson, does that appear to be one of the photographs you took of the diapers that you found within the dumpster?
Yes, sir.
And that's the threesome you talked about, the 3 diapers that you found in one area?
Right. There was these 3 were in one trash bag, and there was a single one in another trash bag.
So those are the 3 that were together, correct?
Yes.
Now, those 3 pictures show a diaper that's together you can't tell what the contents are, correct?
Correct.
So that's how you originally found it.
That's correct.
But that is an accurate depiction of what you saw in photograph that day?
Yes, sir.
And is that those diapers the ones that were thrown back into the garbage dumpster and are now gone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'd move for defendant's exhibit 1 to be introduced into evidence.
Any objection to exhibit 1?
No, sir, I thought it was admitted yesterday, actually.
Well, it was in our hearing, but I don't
Oh,
know if that qualifies.
that's right. It was not,
All right, so
no objection.
it's admitted without objection.
Can you show that, please? So is that the photograph I'm showing you, defendant's exhibit 1?
Yes, sir. It is.
Leave it up. It just disappeared on me. It's okay if you don't. If you can't, try to plug in your HDMI.
Do what?
Plug the HDMI cord, plug it back into the. Again, that's the photograph of the 3 diapers that you took in before they were opened up.
Yes, sir.
Now, after you took that photograph, I'm gonna hand you what I've marked as defendant's exhibit number 2. Mr. Lamb, a copy of that. Does that depict, are you familiar with that photograph?
Yes, sir.
Is that a photograph you also took?
Yes, sir.
And it depicts the diapers after they've been opened up, correct?
Yes, sir, it does.
And I believe you testified 2 of them looked like they had some type of urine in them, correct?
Right.
But the 3rd diaper seems to have a dark substance that appears to be fecal matter, correct?
Yes, sir.
And would you agree with me that it has a dark brown reddish color to it?
I don't see a reddish color. I see brown.
Would you agree with me that that is a coloration that does not appear to be normal for fecal matter?
No.
You don't find that to be in any way suspect that it possibly could have blood in it?
No.
Now, do you agree with me, though, if you took it in and had it tested, you could positively determine whether or not it had blood in it?
Based on the testing that you recommended, maybe so. Like I said, I'm not familiar with that testing, but when I was there on scene and I saw it, it did not appear to have any blood in it.
Now, your duties as a crime specialist, I believe one thing you said you took 1 week of crime scene preservation, correct? You had 12 weeks as an agent, 1 week was crime scene preservation.
Well, yes, during agent school, there is 1 week of basic crime scene preservation. Yes, sir.
And I don't mean that's the only amount of crime scene preservation
Okay.
training you had, but I just mean that's one of the things you got, right?
That's correct.
And the purpose of crime scene preservation, as we've stated before, is to save anything that might have relevance to the case, correct?
That's correct.
And in doing that, would the axiom be correct that if it's in doubt, go ahead and save it each time?
Yes.
So you want to err on the side of caution, correct?
Yes.
But in this case, when you've got a dirty diaper that does have a bodily fluid in it, we know, that could possibly be tested by your own admission, you did not seem to think it was important enough to preserve it, correct?
Well, the testing was by your admission because I was unaware of that. But based on what I saw, I didn't see any blood in the diaper. And I had a test kit on me where I could test for blood, but I didn't see any blood in the diaper.
Now,
Or I didn't see anything that appeared to be blood in the diaper that I could test.
you were aware that this case involved a child that had suffered injuries, correct?
Yes.
Had they told you he had suffered internal injuries?
I'm sorry?
Had they told you he had suffered internal injuries?
They didn't, but I mean, based on not seeing anything on the outside, I assumed that it must be internal.
And in your training and your expertise in dealing with violent crimes over the years that you've been doing so, you're aware that sometime when someone has internal injuries, they begin to bleed throughout the digestive system and it comes out the other end, correct?
It's possible.
And knowing that that's possible, you would certainly be aware that if a child has received injuries that are internal, there's some possibility that that child could be passing blood throughout the body, correct?
I guess it's possible.
And with knowing that it's possible, wouldn't it make sense for you to take that diaper in and to be cautious and not to err, to make sure that that evidence was available to be tested?
I stand by what I did. I did not see any reason to collect it at the time. If I knew this was going to be a question now, just like I would do with anybody else, I've collected things just because somebody thought that it may be important and it gets collected and nothing is ever done with it. But that was not important at the time and it was not collected.
And one thing's for sure, there's no way for us to test it now, is there?
That's correct.
Now, in your testing, I'd already asked you about finding blood or bodily fluids and that type of thing. Did you find any other type evidence there at the scene that would help you in any way to identify where any injury could have occurred to a child?
No, I didn't.
So in all the testing, you came up 0 for all of that, correct?
Right.
Now, did you look on the walls of the dorm to see if it appeared someone had been pushed against or slammed against or anything like that?
I mean, there was no damage to any of the walls or anything. I mean, if somebody had touched a wall, I mean, I guess somebody could have touched it, but there was no signs of a struggle or anything like broken drywall or anything like that in the dorm room. No.
And no fluids or anything on the wall to cast suspicion?
No, sir.
And so from an evidentiary standpoint, nothing was collected that was really of any use to determine what happened, correct?
That's correct. This was more of as far as what I was doing within the crime scene was a documentation type case where you go and photograph everything there, hoping that photographs may tell you something later with somebody's story, because there's just not a whole lot there that really looks out of place. It looks like a college student's dorm room.
And you knew that when you got there that the room had been secured, correct?
Yes, sir.
And as far as your knowledge was that from the time that that Trinity Poague had left that room to go to the hospital, from that moment on, she had not been back to the room, correct?
I was unaware of that. I know campus security is the one that let me in the room. So what happened between when I got there and when she left, I assume they kept it locked. There was crime scene tape there, but
You saw nothing that would raise your suspicion that the room had been tampered with, did you?
no, sir.
Now, the allegations were that this was a violent injury to the child. Are you aware of that?
I mean, it would have to be a violent injury to cause the death.
Now, in a violent injury like that, normally would consist of some blood evidence occurring somewhere, would it not?
Not necessarily.
But it could, correct?
It could.
And you didn't find any blood evidence in that dorm room, correct?
It's correct.
Now, there are ways to sometimes try to check to see if there's blood in a room when you can't see it with your naked eye, aren't there?
There are some different techniques. Yes, sir.
It's one of those techniques you can put out luminol.
Yes, sir.
And luminol is a substance that you put out will glow when it's put under a certain light to let you know it's blood.
No, that's not how it
That's
works.
right.
But
Tell me how it works.
You have to get the room very dark. You mix up your luminol, you spray it in the room, and the blood and several other substances will actually luminesce. So you'll see them. The best way to describe it is if you've ever had a glow stick and you break open the glow stick, the stuff that's glowing on the inside, that's what it looks like. So it would look like that glowing inside the room.
So if
And
you saw those glows, it might not positively tell you it was blood, but it would be a possibility it was blood when it's
Correct.
glowing, right?
Correct.
And I know I've seen, and I know with you as a crime technician, you've seen sometimes there may have been someone killed where a body was here, but the body's gone. Nobody knows where the body's at, but you go search the person's house, put luminol down all over the house, and lo and behold, you can almost see the figure of the body where the blood was, correct?
You can see a blood stain. If typically we use luminol or blue star is a very similar chemical. We use those two if there's suspicion that the blood's been cleaned up. Because if the blood is there and it hasn't been cleaned up, then you can just see it on the surface. But if somebody makes an attempt to clean it up, a lot of times the luminol is more sensitive and you can see where blood had been.
And that's how good it is. Even when it's tried to be cleaned up with some type of cleaner, it's still luminol will still point to you saying blood was there, correct?
Yeah, the only downside to using luminol is it's so sensitive. Like I said, it also reacts with other stuff. It works with a lot of cleaning materials and other fluids as well.
And you didn't use any luminol in this room to try to see if you could find any blood anywhere, did you?
No, sir.
That's something you could have done if you wanted to, though,
I
right?
could have.
Now, when you searched the room, did you find in the room somewhere, I believe you found a bottle of liquor, did you not?
I did.
You took a photograph of that liquor as well, did you not?
Yes, sir.
You got a picture of that? hand you what I've marked as Defendant's Exhibit 3 and ask you, are you familiar with that photograph?
Yes, sir.
And is that the photograph you took of a liquor bottle that you found in the dorm room there?
Yes, sir.
And you just took a picture and preserved it from the photograph, correct?
That's correct.
Left the bottle there?
Yes, sir.
Does the bottle appear to be full or empty, or what type fullness does it have?
It had been opened. There's still some in the bottom, but a lot of it is missing.
And you didn't make a determination, weren't responsible for the person that would go investigate and try to determine whose bottle of liquor it was or anything like that, did you?
No, I mean, it was in her room. So, I mean, you could place it as belonging to her, but in fact, I want to say I told campus security that it was there if they wanted to do something with it, because my understanding, not supposed to have it on campus, but it didn't mean anything to me in what had happened to the child.
I would move to introduce Defendant's Exhibit 3, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No, sir. No objection.
All right, submitted without objection. Did you tender it to?
I don't know, but I would move to tender Exhibit 2 if I did not, Your Honor.
They're both admitted without objection.
Thank you. That's all the questions I have, Your Honor.
Redirect.
When you observe the body of J.D. Angeles at the hospital, I think I already asked you this. Did you notice any external bleeding?
No, sir.
Now, if you looked at a deceased person's body, and there's a big gaping stab wound, or their throat's been cut, and you see something like that on the person's body, would it be more important to you in a circumstance like that to say, well, wait a minute, we got to figure out where this happened, because there would be blood there, right?
Right. If I'd seen blood to begin with, then I may have been looking for blood, like in the dorm room. But yeah, I didn't see any blood on the body.
And so if you don't see any blood on the body, I mean, that's not necessarily going to alert you that there may be blood in this room, is there? Is it?
I'm sorry.
I said, if you don't see blood on the body, then there wouldn't be anything to alert you that there might be blood in the room, would there?
Right. And I mean, I still look for it, but as far as like going back and looking for possibly cleaned up blood with luminol or any other chemicals, it wasn't something that I did because I had no indication that blood was a factor.
If you observe anything that appears to you to be a blood stain, whether it's new or old or anything else, if you see something at a crime scene that appears to be a blood stain, what do?
I would document it and typically collect a sample of it so that I could see who it came from.
Are there some crime scenes where people die that just look like a normal room?
Yes.
Are there some crime scenes where people die that you can't find evidence of how they died in the room itself?
Yes.
Your observation of the child's bruises and so forth, would you substitute your judgment about the extent and significance of the bruising for that of physicians who treated or examined the child?
No, in fact, I mean, my purpose for photographing the victim is to photograph it, showing the condition that it was in when I got there. When the victim is placed in a bag and goes to autopsy, and it may be the following day or even 2 days later, the condition may be slightly different, at least on the outside. And so I want to photograph that while the victim is there. It's the medical examiner's job to find out as far as internal injuries or what may have caused the death. What I saw that looked like a bruise on the victim's head underneath the hair, I don't have a way of investigating to see what that is. I just document the condition that I found it. They would do an autopsy and determine if that bruise could have caused the death or if there's something else going on.
If Trinity Poague is in fact under the age of 21, then it'd be illegal for her to possess alcohol, wouldn't it?
Yes.
And that being a crime, why wouldn't you take this bottle and send it off for fingerprints to determine if she had ever held it?
Because I was working a death investigation and not an underage drinking case.
No further questions, John.
Any recross?
No, Your Honor.
All right, may this witness be excused?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Lamb, you can call your next witness.
Yes, sir. I'm going to just 1 second to kind of move some stuff around here. My next witness, Your Honor, is the father of the child, and I expect it's going to be somewhat. I'm certain.
But I'm going to let the deputy go ahead and start.
It's going to be lengthy, and I'm ready. I just need just a
Okay.
moment to move these exhibits off from here and get the next set ready. Yeah. So.
It's Julian Williams.
Yeah, the state called Julian Williams next.
So if you'll come to the witness stand and face Mr. Lamb before you step up and receive the oath, please.
You would just pause right there and raise your right hand, please. You swear that the evidence you give in this case to be the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Have a seat. What is your name?
Julian Williams.
And how do you spell Julian?
Julian.
I-N or I?
Julian.
I-A-N. So sort of the normal spelling, or the
Yes.
conventional spelling, right? Gotcha. Okay. Where do you live, Mr. Williams?
Cockle.
And how long have you lived in Colquitt, Georgia?
My whole life.
Who do you live with in Colquitt, Georgia?
I live with my sister,
And what's her name?
Ashanti Burr.
How did it come to be that you and your sister were sharing a house there in Colquitt, Georgia?
It's my mom's house. My mom got sick with cancer, and she couldn't be around my son, so we bought another house, and she stayed probably 10 minutes down the road.
Okay, so was your mom living there with you and your sister before she got sick?
Yes.
And after your son passed away, why would your mom not move back to your house?
She was already sick and she wanted to stay in Damascus.
So she was living in Damascus.
Yes.
Has she since passed away?
Yes, October 14th, 2024.
So you lost your son in January of 24 and then your mother in October.
Yes, 9 months apart, exact date.
How old is Ashanti Burke?
She's 23,
How old are you?
25,
What's your birthday?
July 10, 2000.
Where do you work?
Store machine in Bainbridge, Georgia.
Steward Machine?
Yes,
That's that STEWARD?
yes.
What is Steward Machine? What kind of a business is that?
It's welding business and paint business. We it's taking like for the state federal job. We build bridges and dams.
And how do you build bridges and dams in Bainbridge, Georgia, to put somewhere else?
The bridges we tear down and put them on. They go by semi load, and for the dams we ship them out on the water.
There's a river that runs through there,
Yes.
right? And
Yes, correct.
It's navigable. I mean, they
Yes, sir.
can send stuff down to the port, and I guess probably all the way to Savannah, can't they, or
Yes.
to Florida?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so what is your job at Steward Machine?
I'm a painter.
Okay, how long have you worked there?
Maybe 2.5 years.
When you and your mother and your sister were living together in Colquitt, who, if anyone, was the primary wage earner?
Me and my mother before she got sick.
And now that it's you and your sister living there, who is the primary wage earner in that household?
Me.
What's your sister do?
She's in college right now.
Who is Romeo Angeles?
It's my son.
When was he born?
June 25th, 2022.
And who's his mother?
Shayla Alondra Angeles Garnica.
Did you know that Shayla was pregnant with your child before the baby was born?
Yes.
And were you in contact with her? Were you
Yes.
just sort of being kept in the loop, as it were?
Yes.
When you found out that the baby had been born, let me ask you this: where was she when the baby was born?
She was in Tallahassee.
When you found out that the baby had been born, what did you do?
I was staying in Dothan at the time. I left Dothan and went to Tallahassee.
And when you went to Tallahassee, what did that involve? I mean, you're going to see your baby's just been born. I mean, how long? What did you do? Who did you see? What did you do?
I went to see him, and she said she haven't named him yet, so we came up with a name.
Okay, so y'all talked about that together.
Yes.
A name.
Yes.
Okay, and what did y'all settle on as far as the name goes?
Jackson Drew Angeles.
Okay, Jackson Drew, like Jackson.
Jackson.
Jackson, like
Yes.
JAXTON.
Yes.
Okay, and Drew spelled how?
DRU.
DRU.
Yes.
Okay. And did you believe that that Jackson Drew was going to be the baby's name?
Yes.
Did you find out at some point that wasn't his legal name?
After he was deceased.
Did you ever have a copy of his birth certificate?
No, nor social security card.
Who had those things?
His mother.
Did you ask for them?
Yes, several times.
Did you have any way of getting them without going through her?
No, because my mom looked it up in the system. She couldn't find Jackson Drew, so couldn't find it.
And who did the baby live with? Y'all called him JD, right?
Right.
That was the name that what he actually was called, right?
Yes.
Who did JD live with after he was born?
With his mom for like maybe 2-3 months. But in between that, I get him every week.
Okay, so he lived with his mother, but you got him every
Week or two.
every other week?
Every other week.
Every other week, okay. Was there a time when the custody arrangement changed in some way?
Yes, when she said she was going to Mexico.
Now, why would she have been going to Mexico? Do you know?
It was for she got another kid. Her kids all in Mexico, and the birthday I think is in November, and she was leaving and said she would come back in like January. And she asked could she take them, but I said no, I'll keep them till you got back.
So is she Mexican?
Yes.
Okay, and so she was going to go to Mexico, and that was when, if you remember.
Early October. I mean, late October, early November.
Okay, October or November of
22.
2022. Okay, so JD would have been 4 or 5 months
3 or 4
old, 3 or
months,
4
yeah.
months old.
Yes.
And then when she told you she was going to Mexico, and you told her that you didn't want her to take your son to Mexico, what did she do?
She told me I can come get him. So I went to Tallahassee and got him.
After you went and got him in Tallahassee, did you keep him more or less from then and for the rest of his life?
Yes.
Did he see his mother again?
Maybe
Or
3
did
times.
she see him?
Maybe 3 times.
Okay. How was it that she saw him later after you were the primary custodian?
I brought him to him. He had to go to the doctor, and she told me to bring him to him.
So you would take him.
To Tallahassee to her, and he had a doctor's appointment the next day.
So she at that time was arranging the doctor's appointments
Right.
for him. And do you know why she would have been the person who was arranging the doctor's appointments?
I don't know. She wouldn't give me none of his medical records because he was down there with me.
So you didn't have his medical records?
No.
If he had been covered by like a state insurance policy, like in Georgia it's called Peach Care.
Right.
If he'd been covered by an insurance policy in Florida, would that be a reason that she would have been the person who had to make those arrangements and so forth?
Yes, I guess so.
Okay. You don't really know.
No, I don't.
But she didn't give you the stuff that you needed to do
No, sir.
yourself. And you said you took him down there 3 different times that you could recall for him to see her and go to the doctor?
Yes.
Do you know when the last time was that happened? Or do you remember when the last time was that he saw a doctor in Tallahassee?
I know. I say it was like 9 months. Now I think a year old. I think she came and got him right after he turned 1.
Okay. So when he was a year old, that was, as far as you know, that was his last
That's what I'm
regular
saying.
doctor's
Yeah.
appointment. If you were working, who was taking care of JD at your house in Colquitt?
My sister.
And I guess for lack of a better way of phrasing it, was she the sort of the primary caregiver for the child at
Yes.
that point?
Yes, because I worked all the time.
Did you know Trinity Poague?
Yes.
Was there a point in time that you became involved in a relationship with Trinity Poague?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me sort of when that started, when and how that was initiated.
It was a on and off thing prior, but then we officially made it. Started dating in June of 23.
June of 2023.
Yes.
And in June of 2023, you would have been, what, 22 years old? Is
Yes.
that right?
Yes.
Do you know how old she was?
18.
Were you each aware of the other's age?
Yes.
After you started dating Trinity Poague, from June forward, what was the state of your relationship? What was generally the state of your relationship?
We had our ups and downs.
Do you recall how long you had been dating before you actually introduced her to your son, JD?
It was like way before we started dating. I introduced him like before we even started dating.
So before she ever started dating you, she knew that you had a son.
Yes, correct.
Had she met him? Had
Yes.
she seen him?
Yes.
After you started dating, were there occasions when she was in the presence of your son, or your son was in her presence?
Yes.
Okay. What were the circumstances under which she and your son would be in the same place, same time?
Like usually when I'm with him, when she was in college, I come and see her and stuff with him sometimes.
So you came to Americas to see her,
Yes.
and sometimes he came with you.
Yes.
When he came with you to Americas, who was responsible for taking care of him? I mean, for changing his clothes, changing his diapers, getting him dressed, giving him baths, feeding him, those sorts of things.
Either one of us either do it.
So she sometimes
Yes.
participated in that or
Yes.
helped in that.
Yes.
But was she expected? or did she have to?
No, she didn't have
do
to.
that all the time?
No,
Did she have to do it at all?
not at all.
From your observations of her with JD, what was your impression of her relationship, or her view of her relationship with JD?
It seemed pretty good. Like she was always like happy around him and stuff. So I thought it was pretty stable, decent.
Had she at any point ever specifically told you that she, how she, quote, really felt about your son?
She said it then. She said it maybe once or twice. So like she don't know if she could be with somebody that with a son. Then maybe 2-3 hours later, she's fine and like, I'm sorry.
So there were times that she expressed some reservations, like that she didn't know. You said that she would send messages, or she would say something like a couple of times that she didn't know if she could be with somebody who had a kid by somebody else,
Yes,
right?
and she also say like she'll treat him like that's her own.
And so besides those times when she expressed to you some reservations like that, did you ever observe anything about her behavior, her conduct, her attitude towards JD when you saw them together?
One time it was like a little incident. I addressed it. It was fine since then.
Okay. What was that?
It was November, in November, right before. She, I think I went to work. I left with her for the first time. I went to work and she texted me and my sister said she was cleaning up or whatever, and JD ran up behind her and she didn't see him and accidentally hit him with the drawer.
Okay. So in November of 2023.
Yes.
She said that how was it that I'm sorry, let me back up and scratch that. I'm going to start up. What did you say a moment ago that led to her being in charge of him at that time? Where were y'all? What led up to that?
I had to work that day and she was like, I keep him or whatever.
So were you here in America?
Yes, I was in America.
And the baby was with you?
Yes.
And so why would she keep the child for you to go to work as opposed to you just taking the child back home to Colquitt and leaving him with your sister or whatever, as you might have on a normal work day?
She told me to leave him and just come back up.
So basically, she was going to keep him so that you could work and come back there the next day or whatever. That night.
Yes.
But that evening. So you said that she sent you and your sister a message saying that what about the baby?
It was like a little bruise on his eye because supposedly she was cleaning up and opened the drawer and he ran up behind her and in the drawer hit him.
Okay. And she said that caused a bruise over his eye.
Yes.
When you came and picked up, or back up, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. When you left work that day, what did you do?
I came back and got him.
Okay. Did you end up staying in Americas?
I think I went home.
Did you see any other injuries on the child at that time?
At that time, I just seen the little bruise above his eye.
I mean, how closely did you look? I mean, did you
I observed it and I looked. It was like I touched it and it didn't bother him or nothing.
Did you ultimately, did you accept her explanation as to what had happened?
Yeah, she was like, I confronted her about it. Then she got all mad. Well, not mad. She got like, started crying and stuff like she was sorry and she would never hurt him and stuff.
Do you recall any other time that, but not in the last time, but other than November, do you recall any other time that the child was hurt or injured while she was keeping him?
No, sir.
Did you ever see her do anything, in your presence?
No.
Did she ever do anything that you thought was violent or
No.
whatever? towards the
Like
child?
maybe raise her voice, like if he get into something, but that's about it. She didn't do anything else in my presence.
What about you, Mr. Williams? Did you beat your youngin?
No, sir.
Did you ever hit him?
No, sir. Like a little pop, and that's about it.
Okay, when you say like a little pop, tell me what you're talking about.
On
What
his
do you mean
hand,
by that?
like tell him no, like that. It's on his hand.
Okay. How many times do you reckon you popped his hand?
Not maybe a handful of times.
Was that something that happened every day?
No.
Was it every week?
No.
Did you ever do anything to the child that caused your child to be injured
No.
in any way?
No, sir.
In January of 2024, did you come to Americus to see Trinity Poague?
Yes.
Let's talk about the week of, this would have been, like Monday would have been, say, January 8th, if my internal calendar is right. So like the week of January 8th.
Okay.
Tell me what happened that week in terms of you seeing her at here, there, or wherever you were.
I came up, I think, on Wednesday or Thursday. I came and we ate, and that was it for the day. Then the next day, I left. Then I came back the same day.
Did you stay with her when you came up, whatever day that was, Wednesday or
Yes.
Thursday?
I think, yeah, Wednesday I stayed with her.
Okay. What was going on between y'all during that time frame, that week?
We argued the night I bought a hotel. I think it was on that Thursday.
So Thursday night you paid for a hotel
Right.
in Americus?
Mhm.
Where'd you get a hotel room in Americus?
I think it was at the Hampton.
Hampton Inn?
Uh-huh.
What did y'all do when you got back here from work? Were you working that week?
I think so.
Okay. So when you got back to Americas from work, what did y'all do on that Thursday when you were staying, when you had a room at Hampton Inn?
I think we went to eat. Then she came to the hotel. Then we got in an argument. Then she left. Then in the process of her leaving, she got back up to the dorms and stuff, and she texted me and said she wrecked. So I leave and I come and she didn't wreck. I guess it was just to get my attention or something.
Okay, so she left the hotel, went to the dorm, and she told you that she'd had a wreck.
Correct.
And what did you do?
I left and went to find her.
And you said that she had not had a wreck.
Correct.
So what happened from there on Thursday?
From there, she went back in the dorms, got her stuff, and she came with me.
So she ended up going back to the hotel with you?
Correct.
All right. So then Friday, what happened on Friday? What'd you do on Friday in relation to you and her, in relation to each other? What'd y'all do?
I think we got up. I think we had a long conversation or whatever. Then said we'll fix things. We went and ate Zaxby's. Then I think I went home.
So you went home on Friday?
Yes.
Did you end up coming back to Americus that week?
Yes, Saturday.
Okay. What prompted you to come back to Americus on Saturday?
Saturday, she texted me and said, let's go eat. I said, where you want to eat at? I can meet you halfway. She was like, let's meet in Albany at Chipotle. I said, okay, cool. Let me go get dressed. She's like, bring JD. So I said, okay. I said, you sure? She's like, yeah, bring JD.
So she suggested that y'all get something to eat.
Correct.
And then you told her that you had JD.
Yes.
And her response was
Bring
just
JD.
to bring him?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were going to go meet her in Albany at Chipotle.
Correct.
And what happened when you got to Albany?
I met at Chipotle. We walked in and they was playing. I had them in my hands and they was playing or whatever. Then she got them. Then Chipotle didn't have nothing like on the menu or whatever. So we went to walk out and they was in front of me. So I hold the door for them and another couple walking in. So I had the door and JD didn't see me. So he made a whining noise like he couldn't see me. So he started crying. I got him. She got a little attitude and then got in her car. Then she said, we're going to Sephora, the makeup store. Then I followed her to the makeup store. Then we went in the makeup store and she got what she wanted. Then when we got out the makeup store, she was like, let's get him something to eat. I said, okay, cool. Then I put his, she told me to put him in her car. So I got him out of my car.
Why did she tell you to put him in her car?
She wanted him.
She wanted what?
Wanted him to ride with her.
Why? Did she give you any explanation? Did she say anything about it?
No.
Were you drunk?
No.
Had you been drinking?
No, I poured a cup. Supposedly, I put him in her car.
Okay, so had you been drinking when he was in the car with you?
No.
So then she said that he could ride with her.
Correct.
And y'all went from the makeup store
To McDonald's.
What'd you do at McDonald's?
I parked to the side and they ordered food and got it. And after we left there, we went to Kangaroo to get gas. I filled up our car, put gas in my car, and I went to Americas.
Did you order food for JD at McDonald's?
Yes, she did.
Did he eat?
She said he had a couple fries. That's about it. But he ate before I picked him up from my sister at my house.
All right. So you got food, or she got food there for him. Did y'all not sit down at McDonald's and eat? Or
No, it was already late, so we was trying to get back to Americas.
Okay. So he was in
Her
car,
Correct.
and she was giving him food in the car.
Right.
And she said he ate a couple of fries, and that was
That's
about it.
Right. Then he was asleep when we got there.
He was asleep.
Yes,
He fell asleep.
Yeah, when we got to Americas.
So you got to Americas Saturday night.
All right.
You know what time approximately?
It's like maybe 10:30, maybe between 9 and 10, I say. 10:30 at the latest.
If the video from the dorm shows y'all walking into the dorm at 10:06 on Friday night, I mean on Saturday night, would you have any reason to disagree with that?
No.
Does that sound right?
Yeah, approximately, yes.
Okay. So you get to the dorm and you go in and what happens when you get inside?
I take a shower. Then I blow the air mattress up. Then
Okay, where's the air mattress? Where's the air mattress come
at the
from?
foot of our bed.
Okay. All right. So you blow up the air mattress and you put it where?
At the foot of our bed.
And what were y'all sleeping arrangements?
Usually like one of us sleep on the air mattress with him, and the other one sleep in the bed because the bed was too tall for him. So we never really put him on the bed unless we was both in there in the bed.
So that night, who was laying on the air mattress with him?
Trinity.
What did you do after you laid down on the bed?
I was watching TV, then I eventually fell asleep.
Do you know if JD was asleep or awake when you fell asleep?
He was asleep when I woke up. I think I woke up again like 2, and they were asleep. And because I looked at my phone, she was doing his hair like 1 something, and they were asleep so I went back to sleep.
Okay. So you went to sleep and then you woke up.
Yeah, about 2 in the morning.
You said that at like 2,
Yes.
and she was asleep.
Yeah, they were both asleep on that mattress.
How long did he sleep into the next morning?
It's probably like 9:30, 9:45.
So sometime after 9.
Yes.
When he woke up Sunday morning, what was his condition? What was his demeanor, his behavior?
It was fine. Like about 9, Trinity heard me on my phone. She got in the bed with me. She was still sleeping. Then when he go reaching for somebody, he'll make a noise trying to feel for you. And then I went down there to get him and put him between us, and he was fine. Then I laid him on my chest, and he was fine. Then they're like, "What y'all want to eat?" Then she's like, "Pizza." So I ordered pizza. Took a shower. I think me and her took a shower. We took a shower. Then.
Okay, I'll just stop right there. I'm gonna come back to that point right there in just a second. Okay, but I want to clarify a couple of things. Okay, so you said that she woke up and she got into bed with you.
Yes.
And JD was still asleep on the air mattress.
Yes.
Okay, so then you said that you heard him. What happened that caused you to pick him up?
He make a noise before he start crying. He feeling because usually he like sleep right up on you, so he feeling for somebody. Then, so that's why I went down and got him.
Okay, so you picked him up. You said you went down there and got him. Was it you or was it her that picked him up?
It was one of us. I think it was probably her. I want to say.
Okay, so she got him, and this is at 9 o'clock or 9:30 the next morning.
Yes.
Sunday morning.
Yes.
And you got him and put him in the bed with you.
Yes, between us.
Or between you. Now at that point, were any of you asleep?
No.
So you were awake, she was awake, the baby was awake.
Right.
Okay. And so when he's laying there in between y'all, what did you say you did next?
I put him on my chest.
And then at some point y'all started talking about getting something to eat.
Correct.
So that's where we were a minute ago. You were telling that story. You said, and then They wanted to get something to eat. So what happened from there?
We took a shower, got him dressed, and I sat him in a chair before I got ready to leave. She gave him some Mountain Dew and like a Frito Dorito, it's Frito like the barbecue twister chips.
Okay.
And he was sitting there eating them or whatever. And I left, and when I left, I took the trash out because what she had in there.
Okay. So you said that when she's there, after the shower, that you sat him in a chair. What chair did you sit him in?
It's a pink. It's like a pink.
Okay. The chair that's like right there next to the bed?
Correct.
Okay. And somebody gave him some Mountain Dew.
Yes.
And what? Gave him Mountain Dew and what?
Frito chips, barbecue kind.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. I was trying to flip with one hand and I could have just a second.
Okay.
Well, what kind of chips were there this year?
Frito twister, barbecue.
Frito twisters.
Yes, barbecue.
Okay. I'll show you what's been admitted to states at 11. Can you see what you're talking about in there? In
Yes,
that picture?
and the Mountain Dew.
Okay. The state's 10. What's this blue cup right there?
It's sippy cup. That's what the Mountain Dew was in.
Okay, there was Mountain Dew in that.
Correct.
When y'all got in the shower, okay, so you said y'all were getting in the shower. Mm-hmm. And is that when somebody put him in the chair? You put him in the chair?
Yes.
Okay, so you put him in the chair when you were getting in the shower.
Yes.
And is that when he got the drink and the chips?
Yes.
Okay, and where was he when you got out of the shower?
He was sitting in the chair watching the show.
Was he awake?
Yes.
Did he appear to be normal? I mean, was he in the same condition he was in before?
Yes.
When you got out, did y'all get out of the shower at the same time, or?
I think I got out right before her.
When you got out of the shower, what did you do?
I put my clothes on.
Did you do anything in connection with JD or?
He was
with
still
JD?
sitting there, and I told him bye when she got out the shower.
And so when she got out of the shower, you told him bye.
But yeah, I said I'll be back. And he waved.
Okay, where were you going?
I went to Walmart get her some stuff for what she asked me for college, and I went to Pizza Hut.
Now, let me ask you, did you, do you remember providing a video of you in the car with JD when you were coming up from Colquitt?
Yes.
You remember giving that to the GBI?
Yes.
Okay. And who was in the car when you took that video?
Just me and JD.
And what day was that?
That was Saturday.
That Saturday. And what was the next number? I'm going to tender at this time State's Exhibit 20, and I will represent in the court. It is the video that Mr. Williams provided to the GBI in connection with one of his interviews. And And I extracted it from the report and downloaded it onto a separate USB drive for the purpose of presenting it in evidence.
All right.
And so I will represent that that's what, in fact, on this thumb drive, and I will tender 20 at this time.
Do you have any objection to 20? I assume you've received it.
I do not provide it. Indeed, that is what is on it, and I believe that it is, Your Honor. But I haven't really seen it, but
All right.
I know it's a tailored down from the total, but if it is what he represents, which I believe it is, I do not.
Okay.
Well, if it turns out to be something other than I just said, then I would withdraw the request to put it in evidence. So,
That's good.
yes,
I'm sure we'll
so
have
at this
an
time, Your Honor, I ask permission to publish 20 to.
All right. It's provisionally admitted, so you can publish it.
Big like soup, baby.
Let me stop there. Is this the video? Is this what I told the judge it was?
Yes, sir.
The video that you provided while you were in the car?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You and the child, right? Okay. So at this point, Your Honor, having confirmed that it is what I represented, then I will play it. It's not long, but I'll play the rest of it.
Big like. Big like your baby too. Yeah,
Well,
yeah, big like.
why do I have audio, no video up there? There it is. Let's try again.
Yeah, yeah, big like soup, baby. Yeah, big like your baby too. Yeah,
Were you
yeah, big like soup.
Were you on the phone or something? You're talking while you're showing this video of the child in the back seat.
Right.
Who are you talking? What were you doing?
I sent one of my friends.
Okay. Was it via how you sent it?
Snapchat.
Snapchat. Okay. And at that time, to your knowledge, did the child have any injury or have any wounds, any injuries, anything wrong with him?
No, sir.
Okay, so y'all got on up to y'all got here to Americas. Went through the whole thing at the we're up to the point where you've gotten out of the shower and you're going to go get some food. Before that, okay, when you were there in the bed with JD and with Miss Poague, did what number is that? Did she show you some videos of some sort?
Yes.
Hey, what were those videos of that she showed you?
She was playing with his hand. It was in her roommate's room, and she was playing with his, like redoing his hair.
Okay, so that was in. You said that was in her roommate's room.
Correct.
Okay, where was her roommate?
At work.
And were you aware that she'd gone into the roommate's room at any point?
Yes.
So why was she in the roommate's room?
Because I was going to sleep. And she said she had them and she was gonna go play with them.
So she wasn't going in there to put him to sleep. She
No.
was going in there
Just spend time together.
so they could be up while
Yeah.
you were going to sleep.
Correct.
Okay. And when I met with you the other day, I showed you some videos and asked you if those were the ones that she had shown you. Is that right?
Correct.
Were they?
Yes.
And Your Honor, what I'll do is I'll state to the court that those videos were extracted from Ms. Poague's phone, and they were downloaded. Of course, they've all been served. I mean, everybody's seen these way ahead of now. But again, for the purpose of presenting them in evidence, I moved them onto a separate USB drive, which I am tendering as State's Exhibit 21. And again, I will make the representation that they are complete and accurate
All right.
copies of what was given.
Do you have any objection to 21?
No objection with the same caveat concerning the changing in the,
Well, what I'll do is I'll admit 21 and 20. If for some reason that changes, you alert the court
well, I will, yeah, the 20, I do not have objection to, it was fine.
now that it's been played.
Okay, I was going to say 20 actually has been admitted, right?
It has, but I said provisionally because it was subject to him saying that, that he agreed that was a copy of the video you identified. But what we'll do is we'll admit it, and it'll be up, if either of you do this, it'll be up to the other to let me know if it was not as represented.
Okay. So at this time then, I'm going to publish the 3 videos that are on State's Exhibit 21. And these videos, Mr. Williams, you said were done while she was in the other room, in Paris's room, right?
Yes, sir.
And you were going to sleep.
Correct.
When did you see them for the first time?
Like, see her in Paris?
No, when did you see these videos for the first time?
When I woke up the next morning.
Okay. And so these videos were made sometime during the night
Correct.
of January 13th.
Yes.
Or
January
the
14th
morning
morning,
of
yes.
the
Or
14th.
14th, yes.
But you don't know exactly what time. 'Cause
No.
You weren't in there when they were made.
No.
Yeah. That's what. In the second one, I'm playing it this time, Your Honor. Now, this video was done that night while you were asleep.
Correct.
Okay, so is that what the child was wearing when he went to bed, when he woke up the next morning?
Yes.
Is that the same sippy cup that was sitting on the dresser?
Yes.
Looks a little bit green. Is he drinking Mountain Dew at 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yes.
Okay. And there was a third one. There was another one, wasn't there? That showed him just taking a few steps, walking. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm gonna show that one now. One of the same ones she showed you from that night before,
Yes, sir.
and that's still in Paris's room.
Correct.
Does he appear in any way to be injured to you?
No, sir.
Does he appear to be behaving in any way that is different than you would normally expect him to behave, especially late at night?
No, sir.
Now, I think you said earlier the child had fallen asleep in the car coming up here from Albany.
He fell asleep in the car.
That's what I said. He
Yes.
fell asleep in the car.
That's correct.
So he had slept some already that night,
Yes.
which might explain why he's still up when y'all are going to bed.
Correct.
Okay, so that Sunday morning, you left to go get pizza and stuff at Walmart, right?
Correct.
How many times did you leave the dorm room that morning?
No. When I left, I went to Walmart and the Pizza Hut.
Okay. When you left there, you came out, were you carrying something when you came out?
I had trash bags. I was taking the trash out.
Why were you throwing the trash away?
Because it was trash. It was like diapers and stuff she already had.
Was there anything in the trash that you, or to your knowledge, that anybody was trying to hide or throw away?
No, sir.
I mean, dispose of in some way to keep it from being found?
No, sir.
Just regular old trash.
Regular trash.
Drink cups and bottles and wrappers and makeup wipes and
Correct.
diapers and so forth, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Were you aware that morning or anytime the day before or the day before, I mean, anytime, let's say that week, okay, were you aware of the child having bloody stool, having
No.
blood in his poop?
No, sir.
Did you change diapers?
Yes.
You know how to change diapers?
Yes, sir.
How many dirty diapers you reckon you changed in 18 months?
Hundreds.
And you think you would have noticed if there had been blood in the stool?
Yes, sir.
Did you see anything like that?
No, sir.
Do you know who changed his diaper Sunday morning?
Sunday morning,
Or do you remember?
after he got out of the shower, I think she changed him.
When she changed him Sunday morning, did she say anything to you about, hey, look at this, there's blood in this diaper?
No, sir.
Did she give you any reason to believe that there was anything that was abnormal about the way the appearance of the feces?
No, sir.
What was JD physically doing at the time that you left? The time you walked out the door and you said, bye, I'll be back. What was he doing?
He was sitting in a chair watching Courtroom, eating chips and drinking Mountain Dew.
What was he watching?
Courtroom.
Naturia?
Courtroom.
Katuri.
It's like a little kid show with birds and stuff. He was like fascinated in birds.
And I'm not going to worry about putting it up on the screen, but where in the, I think there's a shot of the, yeah, in State's Exhibit 12, where, can you see the TV?
Yes.
Where is it?
Right there.
Okay. So you say it's like on that, sitting on a black cabinet. Is that a refrigerator you're
Yes.
sitting on?
Refrigerator.
Right in front of the pink chair.
Correct.
Right? And that's where the TV is. So he was sitting in the pink chair looking at the TV.
Yes.
Was there anything abnormal about his demeanor when you were leaving?
No, sir.
Oh, in that 3 minutes or 5 minutes that you got out of the shower, 3 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever ahead of her.
Correct.
You said, or I think you said a couple of minutes before she did.
Yes, sir.
Did you do anything to harm JD?
No, sir.
So you left, went to Pizza Hut and Walmart. How long were you gone?
Maybe 30 minutes.
When you went out the door with the trash bags, was that the same trip that was that the same trip out the door that you left to go to Walmart?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you didn't go in and out twice.
No.
Okay, took trash out, got in your car.
All right.
Okay, so you were gone about how long?
30 minutes.
Where did you go?
I went to Walmart first. Then I went to Pizza Hut.
If the receipt in the Walmart bag, look at this. What'd you buy at Walmart?
Walmart, I got ice trays. I got Mountain Dew. I want to say Dr. Pepper. And I think it was like some cheeses or something. The duo kind.
Okay. So you stayed 16. Is that the stuff that you bought at Walmart?
Correct.
State 17 is a blow-up of the receipt or a photograph of the receipt that was in the bag. Can you read the time on there?
The time,
At the bottom.
12/14.
12/14 on what day?
January 14th.
January 14th. Okay. 12/14. Does that sound about right?
Yes, sir.
That'd have been about the time you left Walmart?
Yes, sir.
So when you were on your way back with pizza, what did anything happen? Did you get any information? Anything happen in terms of communications with Trinity?
When I was pulling back in on campus, she called me, and by the time I went down to the phone, it hung up. So
Okay. So you're driving. You said you were on campus. Where were you on campus when she called the first time?
I was probably just from the turn in the parking lot.
Into the parking lot for her dorm?
Yes.
Okay. So and the phone rang.
Yes.
Okay. And what did you say? She hung up?
It hung up.
Okay.
Then it was followed by another call.
Okay. Then you got another call. How long was it between the first call, the one that hung up, and then the next call?
Maybe 30 seconds, 20, 30 seconds.
And when you got that call, did she say anything to you?
Yeah, I just heard JD. That's all I heard.
Okay, so she's calling, but she didn't actually say.
Yeah, I guess she was saying
something's up or whatever.
It just said JD. That's all I heard.
Just well,
Is everybody still comfortable? Does anybody need a recess? Just to make sure. It's been about an hour and a half. Okay.
well, I was looking for something in particular. I'll find it momentarily. Okay, so she called, and you heard her saying JD.
Yes.
Where were you?
I was getting out the car.
You were getting out of the car.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you? Was there a point in there where she told you that something was terrible, that something was going wrong, that whatever?
No, not on the phone call.
Not on the phone. Okay. So when you got out of the car, what did you do?
Opened the main entrance, And I sped walked and got into the second door. I sped walk all the way to the room.
Okay, so you got out of the car. Did you have anything with you when you got out of the car?
Yes, the Walmart bags and pizza. And I want to say it was breadsticks also.
And so you get through the door that goes onto the hall of the dorm, right?
Correct.
And did you then get some idea that something may be wrong?
No, I didn't know what was wrong.
Okay. So, but she'd called, you'd heard her saying JD. So
Yes, I sped walked there.
okay, you mean sped walk?
Like walking very fast.
Okay, so you walk fast down the hall with
Yeah.
stuff. Okay, when you went through there and you went into the room, what happened when you went in the room?
She had him in her hands. It's like he's limp. I don't know what happened. So I threw the pizza, dropped it, and grabbed him and took off.
So she has him in her hands, and she said, "What?
I don't know what's wrong. He's limp.
He's not."
Like he wasn't functional.
Okay. So you said you threw the pizza down. Where did you throw the pizza down?
On the bed.
And what'd you do with the Walmart bag?
I dropped it in the bed.
Okay. And then what did you do?
Grab him and leave.
Okay. When you grabbed him and left, how did you leave? Where'd you go?
To the emergency room.
Did you go by yourself with him to the emergency room?
Yes.
Do you recall JD getting sick?
Yes, when I got in my car and put it in reverse, he started vomiting and foam and blood started coming out his nose and his.
So when you said that you were in the car, where was he? Did you take time to put him in the car seat?
No, the car seat was in that car. I left him on my shoulder.
Okay,
And I patted his.
You had him on your shoulder.
Yes.
All right, and he got sick. And what did you say was coming out?
Foam, blood, throw up the Doritos chips. You could smell it all.
Stuff get on your clothes?
Yes.
Did you stop to clean up or anything before you went to the hospital?
No.
So you got to the hospital.
Probably maybe 4
What
minutes.
did you do?
I took him to the emergency room.
Okay. When you got to the emergency room, what happened?
The doctors or the nurses came back and got him, and they didn't want to let me back that just then. Then that's when the security said, "Oh, what's going on?" He stepped me outside and asked me what was going on.
All right, so let me we're gonna get to that in just a second. So you said that the nurse got him. How did she get him? What did she get him?
I put him on a journey. Like they told him and put him on a journey and took him to the back.
Did she take him from you?
Yes.
The nurse took him from you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then took him to the back.
Yes.
All right. And then you said somebody came around and said something to you.
Yes.
Who was that?
A security guard.
And what was that conversation?
He asked me what was going on and what happened.
And do you what did you tell him initially?
Initially I told him I didn't know he was with my girlfriend. Then when my girlfriend got there, when she got there, she said he fell off a chair.
So when the security guard, when you say security guard, are you talking about Lieutenant Allen from the police department? I mean, he's working there. A black guy,
Yeah.
not so big, wearing big guy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but that's who you're talking about, the off-duty policeman. Who was
Correct.
there. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So you're talking to Alan. He says, what's going on? You said you didn't know.
Right.
And then you said she got there.
Yes.
Okay. Where were you physically located when she got there?
Outside.
And did she come up to where Alan was?
Yes.
Where you were?
Yes.
Do you know if did she go in the hospital first? Did she come out of the hospital? Did she stop anywhere else? Or do you know?
I don't know.
Did you go in the hospital and get her or anything? Or were you, how did she approach where you were?
She came, I guess she just walked up. I don't know if she's seen us outside or what.
Okay. Right. So she walked up while you were talking to Alan, and what did she tell him, and what did she tell Alan while you were standing there?
He fell off the chair.
Was that the first time you heard
Yes, that
of
was the
him
first.
falling off a chair?
Yes.
So she says he fell off the chair, and did some other officers come up there while you were talking to Alan?
Yes.
What did you say when she said he fell off the chair?
I said I guess he fell off the chair. I wasn't there.
So did you have any knowledge of your own of him falling off a chair?
No.
Or him falling in the chair?
No.
Or him rolling off the bed or anything else?
I had no knowledge of that.
And so she walks up. Y'all have this conversation, continue this conversation with Alan, and then what happens? What y'all do next?
They let me go back and see him. Then they put me in a room.
Okay, so they let you go back and see JD.
Yes.
Now, did anything come up about you signing a release, or you signing a consent to treatment, or signing any documents, or anything come up about, your relationship with JD?
Yes. I told him I was his father.
Okay. Did they require any further
No.
information from you or whatever regarding that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. All right. So you went back to see JD, and where was Miss Poague at that point?
She was still outside talking to the officers.
Did she come in
Yes.
afterwards?
Yes.
Okay. Where did she go? Where did you go when she came in to where you were?
They put us in like a room off, like out of the lobby, but it was like a room they put us in and wait us to tell us the results or whatever.
Okay. So y'all were both in one room?
Yes, together.
And when you're in that room, was there? Did someone come in to tell you? Did one of the medical personnel, doctors, nurse, somebody come in to tell you what was going on?
Yes.
Okay. When they came in to tell you what was going on, were you on the phone with anyone, or did you
Yes.
ask him if you could call someone?
Yes, I called my cousin,
Okay. Who was your cousin?
Johnny. She's a nurse.
Why did you want her to be on the phone when they were telling you what was going on with your son?
Because she was a nurse and she was like the close the last relative I talked to.
Was your sister there then?
No, not yet.
Was she on the way? Did
Yes.
you notify her, told her?
Yeah, she was on the way.
Okay. So you did you do anything to make it so that Joni could hear what the doctor said when the doctor came in to talk?
Yes, I put him on speaker.
And did you get a report from the doctor and she hear the report from the doctor?
Yes.
What was, I mean, if you can recall, what was your understanding of what they had found or what his condition was right then?
A cracked skull.
Was there some conversation or communication about possibly transferring him to another facility somewhere?
Yes, air flight him to Atlanta.
Did you consent to that?
Yes.
So did that ever happen?
No, when the helicopter landed, they said he wouldn't make it to the helicopter.
They said he wouldn't be able to make it to the helicopter.
Yes.
When the doctor was telling you the news about the condition of your child, was there something said by Joni that caused Ms. Poague to react in some way?
Yes.
Okay. What was it that Joni said that caused Ms. Poague to react?
You're not going to object to hearsay unless Joni's going to be testifying.
Well, Your Honor, it's not offered for the truth of the matter asserted. It's simply offered for the purpose of eliciting testimony about what Ms. Poague's reaction was to the statement. Whether the statement.
Okay, I don't understand your argument. This is a good time to take a break anyway for the jury, so I'm going to let you do it. I will take this up outside of their presence while they take a break.
Okay.
So I'm going to let the jury step out until 4:10. That'll be our last break of the afternoon. All right, go ahead and ask the question, and I'll hear the question, and then I'll hear his answer.
Was there some statement made by Joni that caused Ms. Poague to react in some way? And he said yes. And then my question was, what was the statement that Joni made?
That's what I was going to ask you to answer that. Now that the jury's outside of the.
Oh, yes.
court.
What was the statement that Joni made?
Someone's going to get charged for murder.
Okay. And what was Ms. Poague's reaction when Joni made that statement?
She looked shocked and got up and called her parents.
Okay. Was that the first time that there had been any inference or suggestion or whatever to anybody that there might be some criminal ramifications, legal ramifications?
No, that was the only time.
That's the only time. That's the
Yes.
first time, and the only time anybody
Yes.
say anything about legal ramifications.
Correct.
Yes.
All right. So what's your objection?
My objection is it's hearsay, Your Honor.
What
Yes.
Jonah said is hearsay.
Correct.
Okay.
And for
Mr.
him to
Lamb.
try to testify to what she said without her being present is hearsay.
All right, Mr. Lamb.
Well, it might be hearsay under some circumstances, but it's admissible under well, actually, I don't think it's in fact hearsay because it's not offered for the truth of the matter asserted. In other words, it's not offered to prove that somebody is going to jail for murder. It's offered to prove that Ms. Poague reacted to this statement in the fashion that she did, that she got up and walked out and to go call somebody, whatever. And it is, I mean, that's the purpose for which it's offered. It's her reaction that matters, not the truth of the statement. And I'm not trying to prove the statement true. I mean, in fact, as it turns out, the statement was true, but that's not the purpose of it.
All right, what's your response to that, Mr.?
That is the purpose of it, John. The purpose of it is to get in front of the jury that someone has said that she's going to be charged with murder, and then to try to show that she had some reaction to it. But the entire colloquy requires one to believe that that particular statement was made exactly as it was made. So it is being offered for the truth of the matter asserted that that statement was made. And then he's trying to come in through the back door and say that, oh, it's only her reaction to that statement, so it doesn't matter. But in this case, it does matter because he's trying to present it for the truth of the matter asserted. If you're going to do that, it is hearsay, and you cannot bring it unless the person is going to be subject to testify, and we object.
All right, if a statement is relevant just because it was said as opposed to whether it was true or not, and then the state contends that she reacted to it in a certain way, I believe that is non-hearsay. And I'm gonna look at that during our break at 8:01C, and I'll rule on that finally when I come back. We'll be in recess until, what time did I tell the jury? 14. Okay. All right. I'll make a final ruling on that when I get back.
Okay.
Joni?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. We'll be in recess. Is going to be charged with murder, but the relevance is in the reaction if the jury finds that the reaction did occur, which makes it outside of the definition of hearsay under 801C. So I'll admit the statement. We ready to proceed? How much longer do you anticipate you'll have with this witness?
So this was, I would guess another 10,
Okay.
10 minutes, 15 minutes.
We don't have a deadline. I would like to finish with this witness tonight if we could. But if you get in a situation where it's going too long and you need to bring it back tomorrow, we will.
I've got 2 other witnesses that I had just told to stay here.
Just in case.
So that, when we're finished with him, if you want us to call another witness, I'll have them. But if you're.
How long are those witnesses do you anticipate?
I don't think that either of them is going to be particularly long. I mean, those 2 witnesses they're 2 of the providers from the hospital, a paramedic and a nurse. I don't know for sure, but okay. My part of their examination, I don't think will be very long.
Well, we'll see where we are and at what time it is when we're through with this witness, and then I may ask the jury if they want to hear another witness. I like to go as long as they like to go. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's bring the jury in. Well, we're not late like we did yesterday. All right, Mr. Lamb, you can proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Williams, when we broke, the question I had asked you is when you put Joni on the phone and she heard the report from the doctor, did she make a comment of some sort to which Ms. Poague then reacted? And I think you said yes. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What was the statement that Joni made
If
when she heard the report from the doctor?
if the baby dies, somebody's getting charged with murder.
If the baby dies, somebody's going to be charged with murder. When that statement was made, did Trinity Poague's demeanor or expression appear to change in any way?
Yes.
How did it change? Like what was her, her reaction to the statement, and then what did she do?
She got up and said, "I'm going to call my parents."
Okay. So did she leave that room then?
Yes.
From that point forward, was there another time that you and Ms. Poague were in a room or whatever together?
No.
I want to go backwards a little bit to a couple of things that I don't think I covered in much detail. So let me go back to earlier. You said that week when you'd been in Americas and you stayed in her room, and then you'd gone to work, and then you came back, right?
Yes.
And then you got a hotel room on Thursday night, and,
Yes.
you told about what happened there. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so you said that y'all had been fighting or arguing throughout that week. Well, do you recall what it was you were arguing about?
It was an argument about she went out and she went to one of her friends or somebody else's room and they were smoking marijuana, and I didn't like that.
Okay. Was part of what was going on between y'all, was there anything that was going on between y'all that had to do with her not returning some phone calls or messages or something that you had sent?
Yes, that's what she was doing. That's why she didn't answer me.
Okay. So she was at a party or something, and she was with other people, and
Yes.
she didn't answer when you called her?
Yes.
Okay. And that when you didn't hear from her, when she didn't answer, you didn't hear back from her.
I was home at the time.
I'm sorry?
I was home at the time.
Okay. But I mean, what was your reaction to that? Did that, I mean, were you upset about the fact that she wasn't responding to you or whatever?
Yes.
Okay. Did y'all have some kind of discussion about social media credentials?
Yes.
Okay. Snapchat credentials, or was it Snapchat or Instagram or what?
We had all out each other's passwords, and I asked for an Instagram password at that time.
So y'all had each other's password?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So she could log into your accounts.
Yes.
And you could log into hers.
Correct.
Okay. But was there one account that she didn't give you access to or the credentials to?
Yes, her Instagram.
Okay. Did she give you the explanation for you to have access to her Instagram account?
She didn't. We just argued, and I was like, whatever. It's cool.
Y'all were just arguing about it?
Yes.
Okay. And did you do anything about the fact that she, for whatever reason, she didn't want to let you have access to that particular account?
No.
Was that part of the kind of the trying to make nice, make up, got a hotel room so y'all could, be away from the dorm and
Yes.
so forth?
Yes.
And were y'all back on better terms again?
Yes.
By the end of the week?
Yes.
Had she ever told you that she didn't like JD, or that she hated JD, or made any comments like that?
She made comments, but it's like, but then like maybe a few hours, like she like I always treat him like he's mine.
Did she make comments about whether JD liked her?
Yes,
What were those comments? What was
she was like, I said, you got to give it time.
okay? She said that he didn't like her, and you told her that she would have to give him time.
Yes.
Your Honor, I think that if I could have just a moment to confer with the folks at my table, please. Did you love your child?
Yes.
Did you harm him?
No.
Would you have stood by and allowed her to do so if you knew that she would or might?
No.
Thank you. That's what you know.
All right, cross-examination, Mr. Jones.
Yes, Your Honor. Good evening, Mr. Williams. I'm T. Gamble. I represent Trinity Poague. How are you today?
Doing all right.
Some questions for you, Mr. Poague. First of all, you've testified about, I want to talk to you a little bit about last weekend when you were with Trinity, and this incident finally ended up happening on Sunday, okay?
Correct.
Now, I know, first of all, that you arrived for the time with the child. The first time you arrived was on Saturday night, correct?
Yes.
Previous to that, the time you were visiting with Trinity was without your child, correct?
Yes.
And it's my understanding that y'all have been dating June of 2023 officially. Is that right?
Yes.
Now, you said something in your testimony when you began, though. You said, yeah, we began dating officially in June of 2023, but off and on for that. Is that right?
Yes, like texting.
And texting, is that meaning like trying to get a relationship going?
Yeah, you can say.
How long had y'all been doing that before you became boyfriend and girlfriend?
Maybe a month or two.
So really only, if it was June, maybe April, something
Yeah.
like that. Had you known Trinity, though, for some time prior to that,
Yes.
but not in a boyfriend-girlfriend way?
No.
You first start dating, she is 18 years old, is that right?
Correct.
And at that time, were you 22 or 23?
22.
Now, when this incident happened in January of 2024, how old were you then?
23.
And she was still 18?
Yes.
Now, this relationship that you had, as I understand it, you would come quite often to her dorm and spend the night, correct?
Yes.
And you would do that during the weekday a lot of times, correct?
Sometimes.
So even though you're working out of Bainbridge, I guess y'all work all around though, right?
No, I work in Bainbridge.
She work in Bainbridge, man. So you would come and spend the night at her dorm and then get up and go back to work in Bainbridge?
Yes, leave like 5 in the morning.
Okay. But would it be common for you to at least spend the night a couple of times a week on a weekday with her?
Yes, if she asks.
And that would be from August when she enrolled in school until that January, correct?
Correct.
And would it be fair to state there's at least once or twice a week from until January?
Yes.
And in addition, you usually came on weekends.
Correct.
And did you normally stay Friday and Saturday or just Saturdays?
Probably just Saturdays.
So you would come spend the night Saturday night and then leave Sunday?
Correct.
You didn't spend the night on Sunday and leave on Monday morning?
Maybe sometimes.
So either way, it could be a one-day weekend or a
Or
two-day
2 day.
weekend.
Yes.
Was that almost every weekend?
Sometimes. Maybe one day every weekend.
Well, I mean, sometime. Were there any weekends that were missed during from August until January?
Maybe one or two.
So one or two out of that whole time period you might have missed, right?
Yes.
So you were seeing it quite a bit, right?
Correct.
And we know most of the time when you came, you did not have JD with you, correct?
Correct.
So we know that when you came a couple times a week and on the weekends that you had left the child cared for by someone, correct?
Correct.
And that would be your sister, Ms. Burr, correct?
Correct.
And so you live with Ms. Burr, and would it be fair to state that for the most part, Ms. Burr took care of JD day to day for just your regular things that need to be done for that child?
Correct.
And a lot of times she was alone with the child because you're with Trinity, correct?
Correct.
And so you were letting her take care of the child, right?
Correct.
And you testified earlier that the baby mama of this child gave you the child or turned the child over to you, whatever you want to say, when the child was 2 or 3 months old, correct?
Correct.
She said, I'm going back to Mexico, and for the most part, she was out of the picture after that, correct?
Correct.
Now, at the time that she had the child, however, this child was born, the baby mama was actually married to another man, was she not?
Yes, after I found that out after he was deceased.
But you didn't know it at the time,
No, I didn't know.
but you know it now, correct?
Correct.
And you have never legitimated the child or anything of that nature, have you?
No.
So in other words, you hadn't been legally declared to be the father, correct?
Correct.
Have you ever done a DNA test?
No.
But nobody's ever disputed you're the father, right?
No.
I mean, a baby mama admits and acknowledges your daddy, correct?
Correct.
But once you got the child, from the time that she left the child with you, am I right that you have not one time taken the child to see a doctor?
I haven't. I can go back to tell her to give it to her mama or her. She got back in like February of 23.
You're saying a couple of times you took her back to see mama and she took her to the doctor,
Yes.
is that right? Have you seen the medical records of the child that were obtained by the GBI?
No.
So you're not aware of how many times the child was at a wellness check, are you?
No.
And you don't know whether the child has been immunized for all the different things that children get, do you?
Yes, I know he got shots.
You know he got some shots.
Correct.
Do you know whether he's up to date on his shots?
He was. I know for a fact he went his 9 months in a year. I want to say.
But you know you've never taken him to a doctor.
No.
Now, on at least one occasion, isn't it true that you came to see Trinity in some fashion, y'all were meeting, or she was coming to you, or you to her, in which you came up with the child without a car seat?
No.
You've never had a time when Trinity was mad with you because you didn't have a car seat?
No.
You don't recall telling anybody that?
No.
You wouldn't have said that in law enforcement?
No.
when you came on the video that you showed, or you were shown a little bit ago, you remember that one that you made, that you
Yes.
gave the GBI? You recall that video?
Yes,
That video seems to appear to show that the car seat that the child's in is facing the same direction as you. Is that correct?
correct.
You're aware that a child under 4 is not supposed to be forward facing in a vehicle?
No, I was not aware.
You were not aware of that. So that was not a safety concern to you?
No,
Now, on the Saturday that you met Trinity, I think you testified already that y'all went to Chipotle, correct?
correct.
And initially, you told her you were coming to meet her, and she did not know that JD was going to be with you, but you said, JD's going to be with me, correct?
No,
You didn't tell her JD was going to be with
no,
you?
she told me to bring JD.
Okay, so you're saying she just said bring JD,
Correct.
and that was fine with you, right?
Yes,
And that was an indication she wanted you to bring the child, correct?
correct.
And you testified already that as far as you could tell, up until this whole situation occurred, that you felt like that she was all right with the child, correct?
Correct.
And most of the time when you would bring the child around her, isn't it true if y'all went somewhere like walking in the store, more times than not, she would be the person carrying JD?
Yes, she wanted to carry him,
She wanted to.
but most of the times I carried him.
And you didn't care if she carried him though, right?
Correct.
I mean, I've seen several pictures. They always seem to show her carrying the child, correct?
Correct.
You saw the video of y'all going into the dorm on Saturday night. She was the one carrying the sleeping child.
Yes,
correct?
because I got everything out the car.
I understand you had your hands full and you let her carry him, correct?
Correct.
But you didn't have any problem with that, right?
No,
And you hadn't had any problems with that, right?
no.
And you would feel okay with bringing the child around her, correct?
Yeah, at the time.
Now, the relationship you had, you've already described somewhat, is a volatile relationship between you and Trinity in the sense that y'all bicker and fight a lot, correct?
Correct.
And not only bicker and fight, but there would be these declarations that it's over or we're breaking up for a little short periods of time, right?
Yes.
To be fair to state that most of the time when one or the other said we're breaking up, that only lasted for an hour or two,
Correct.
and there was no real breakup at all.
No.
There's an old song called Break Up to Make Up. We all kind of live in a relationship like that.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, y'all were together, then you'd say we're breaking up, then you'd say
Yes.
we're back together, right?
Yes.
And y'all had a lot of fussing going on. A lot of it was because she was not happy with what she considered to be you wanting to control everything she did, correct?
No.
You don't agree that you were requiring her to let you know where she was at all times?
No, I did not require that every time.
You didn't demand when you text her that you expected her to text back right away to know that she got the text and know what she was doing?
Yes.
You did want that, right?
Yeah.
And you wanted all of her passcodes to all of her accounts, correct?
She wanted mine first, so I gave her mine and she gave me hers.
But you wanted hers, right?
Correct. She had one of mine first.
You didn't like it when she wouldn't give you one of them, or you thought she wouldn't give it, correct?
Yeah, she didn't give it.
And y'all fussed and fought about that, correct?
Correct.
And there were other times that y'all argued because of you being unhappy that she had gone to a party or gone someplace where there were girlfriends that had boyfriends or things like that, and you thought she was around other guys, correct?
No.
You never had those kind of jealousies?
No.
Never had those arguments?
No.
But y'all did do a lot of arguing nevertheless, right?
Correct.
And one of the things that you also were told by Trinity to some extent was that although she was in a relationship with you, she would have preferred not to have a child because you already had a child that was not hers, correct?
Correct.
Now, she wasn't saying she didn't like JD as much as she was saying that she wanted to have a child of her own, correct?
Correct.
And she never expressed to you, I think you told some of the people that interviewed you, she never expressed to you that she didn't like JD, correct?
No.
Now, she did express she thought JD didn't like her, right?
Yes.
And you told her, give it some time, right?
Correct.
And it's fair to state that y'all had not been around each other, or Trinity and the child had not been around each other a whole lot, even in January. They'd been around several times, but it had not been a lot of times, had it?
I'd say about at least 10 times. They've seen each other.
10 total times.
Maybe that's the minimum.
And you were comfortable with those times, correct?
Correct.
Now, when you went to the hospital that night with the child, isn't it true that when you saw the hospital personnel, that you told them that your child had fallen only 5 minutes prior to arriving at the hospital?
No.
Do you have any explanation for why that notation would have been contained within the hospital records of your child?
Objection, Your Honor. The cause for this week to speculate about why a record would say something. I mean, he can question the maker of the record about that.
Mr. Gamble, what's your response to that?
My response is he can answer the question if he has any reason to know why anybody would do that. He can say no or yes. You know?
I'll allow him to answer the question.
Repeat it.
Do you know any reason why the hospital records of your son at the hospital would have a notation saying that you had said that?
Yes,
Why would it say that?
because she told the officer that. So that's
you
what
think
she
that
told me.
confused you with her?
No, but she told me and the officer that. So that's what I was told.
Did you also tell Lieutenant Allen that the child had failed?
Yes,
You did tell him.
after she told me.
Now, on the night the day of Sunday when this event occurred, you testified about how y'all woke up in the morning, correct?
Correct.
And then y'all were all together for a bit. You said you put JD on your chest, correct?
Correct.
And I don't know how long that would be, but I assume if you're like most folks, you do that, but you don't last a long, long time. Was that just for a short period of time they laid on your chest?
Yeah, a short period of time.
And you said that y'all discussed a few things and then ordered some pizza, correct?
Correct.
So we can know if the time frame for that would have had to have been getting close to 11:30, 12 o'clock, correct?
Correct.
Because we know that you left to go get the pizza sometime like that right before 12, correct?
Correct.
And I assume you had enough time to feel like that the order would be filled when you got there, right?
Correct.
And you also said one other thing that you had talked about it, and then you ordered the pizza, and then y'all went and got up into the shower together, correct?
Correct.
So that would have been before you went to get the pizza, you took a shower, correct?
Correct.
But after you ordered the pizza, right?
Yes.
So the time that it took to take a shower would have been time that the pizza could be prepared, correct?
Correct.
And then when you took the shower, as I understand it, you got out a little bit before she did, correct?
Correct.
You even stated that you were there with the child and you were going to tell the child bye, but you told the child bye after you were waiting on her to get out of the shower. And when she got out of the shower, then you told him bye and you left,
Yes.
correct?
Correct.
Now, isn't it true that once she got out of the shower that you were there holding the child and the child was crying at that time?
No.
You don't recall the time when the child was crying there that morning?
No.
You don't know anything about that?
No.
What about crying the night before on Saturday night? You know anything about the child crying Saturday night?
Supposedly cried around 12.
But you don't know that, do you?
No, I got up like 2. And she took.
But your testimony, or at least your statements that maybe have been made to other individuals, indicate that you didn't know that the child was crying at 12 o'clock or whatever time it was, correct?
Correct.
You didn't wake up, did you?
No.
Now, when you went to bed Saturday night, you went to bed before anyone else did you?
Yeah, it was like 11.
You go to bed at 11, but that leaves Trinity and the child up, correct?
Correct.
And you had been drinking at that time, correct?
Correct.
And in fact, you were drinking a particular type of liquor, were you not?
Correct.
You were drinking rum.
Yes.
What kind of rum were you drinking?
Bamboo.
And is that the type of rum that was in the room there where Trinity lived?
Yes.
And that bottle was almost finished by the night, was it not?
I didn't buy that bottle that day.
I'm not asking you if you bought the bottle,
Yes.
but it was
Yes, it
almost
was.
finished, right?
Correct.
And that was your bottle, correct?
Correct.
In fact, Trinity doesn't drink, does she?
Yes, she does.
What does she drink?
She drank White Claws. She drank at the time I think she was maybe drinking margaritas.
Well, she didn't drink any of that rum, did she?
Not that I know of.
And you testified earlier, I believe, that you did have that rum with you when you arrived on Saturday night, correct?
Correct.
And you had it with you when you arrived with the child to meet her at Chipotle, correct?
Correct.
But your statement was you didn't start drinking from it until y'all went to change the child over. Is that what
Correct.
you said?
I poured the cup on top of the car.
So that was the first time you started drinking.
Yes.
But y'all decided to go ahead and move the car seat out of your car into her car, correct?
Correct.
And move the child from your car to her car, correct?
Correct.
So y'all could then drive to Sumter County, correct?
Correct.
But it didn't have anything to do with the fact you'd already been drinking.
I started drinking after he was out my car. I bought the cup after he was in her car.
Now, you testified, I believe, earlier that although you had never hurt the child, that you were okay with certain corporal punishment like popping him on the hand, correct?
Correct.
That was all right with you.
Correct.
And so it was all right with you if Trinity would do that
No.
as well?
No.
Just you.
No, correct.
And I'm not saying you were abusing the child by doing that. If
No.
he did something you didn't like, you pop him on the hand and say no, I guess.
Correct.
Right? That was your form of punishment.
Correct.
Now, when you went out on Saturday night and you were at Chipotle and then you ended up going to McDonald's, you acknowledged that from all accounts that your child either ate nothing or only ate a couple of French fries, correct?
He ate before he left.
Before he left, was still at McDonald's, ate nothing, correct?
He ate fries.
Very few fries. You said a
Correct.
couple. When you got up on Sunday morning, do you allege that he ate anything that day?
Yes, he was eating Fritos when I left. I was going to get pizza.
So you believe he was actually eating Fritos?
Yeah, he was.
So that should show up in his stomach contents if they
Correct.
check
It was
on
all
the
over my.
tape.
Your Honor, requires witness to speculate about something that he couldn't possibly know the medical answer to.
Not a medical question, Your Honor.
Well, if you can lay the basis for his knowledge, I'll let you ask him. Otherwise, I think that would probably be left to know.
Mr. Williams, or have you watched people eat in the past in your lifetime?
Yes.
Have you watched your child eat in the past?
Yes.
Have you watched yourself eat?
Yes.
And when you ingest food, does it normally go into your mouth?
Correct.
Where does it go after it goes from your mouth?
Stomach.
And you would expect if someone was eating, would you not, for the contents of what they were eating to end up in the person's stomach?
Correct. It was all over my shirt. I still got a shirt at the house.
Well, the shirt you say he threw up on, correct?
Correct. Shirt and jacket.
Now, that shirt and jacket, did the Georgia Bureau of Investigation take that shirt and jacket into evidence?
No, it's still sitting at the end of my bed, never been washed.
Did they ever ask you anything about it?
No.
On the day when you were at the hospital, did the GBI ask you anything about this supposed stuff that's on your coat and shirt?
No, they didn't ask.
No one has asked you, have they?
No.
Now, did the Georgia Bureau of Investigation interview you
Correct.
more than once?
Correct.
Now, beyond interviewing you, they interviewed your sister, I believe, did they?
Correct.
Did they interview any of your friends, to your knowledge?
No, not in my knowledge.
Anyone that lives around you in Bainbridge?
I don't stay in Bainbridge, I stay in Cockle.
In Cochran, I'm sorry. You work in Bainbridge.
Correct.
Anybody in Cochran?
No,
To your knowledge, they do any background check on you at all other than just questioning you?
not in my knowledge.
Now, when you talked about the phone call with your sister that was a nurse, then saying whatever she said, and Trinity deciding to go call her mother, at that time, Trinity was there just with you, correct?
Yes, and her hall manager, them just sitting in the lobby.
Now, there were people there with you, though, wasn't it?
Yes, mom, sister, and cousin, and both of my cousins got there.
Right. You had, I believe, Cecil Grant, AJ Grant, your sister, and a friend all with you, right?
Yes.
So here you are with a child that something bad has happened to. You're talking to your nurse sister on the phone. You're surrounded by some friends and family. And she makes that statement, but Trinity is all by herself, correct?
Correct.
So it's sort of reasonable for her to want to call her mama and be around somebody as well, correct?
As well, yes.
That wasn't unusual, was it?
No. But the reaction was.
Now, you said you didn't hear the child, your child, crying in the night before, but you are aware that people in the dorm claim that the child was crying during the night, aren't you?
Yes.
And you were told by Trinity that the child fell off the bed, were you not?
No.
You're claiming you didn't know that.
No.
Now, your child at times, JD at times, would have a mark on one of his cheeks, would he not, from some type of rash that he had from
Eczema.
time to time?
Eczema.
Asthma. And that was something that would come up and be red looking or something of that nature.
Yes, like light red.
Sometime it almost like a bruise, correct?
No, never look like a bruise.
It'd be a noticeable mark on the face though, correct?
Yes. It usually comes and goes away the same day,
Right.
within
And
hours.
you'd have that from time to time, correct?
time to time.
Now, on the night before the hospital of Sunday, you'll acknowledge that Trinity is the one that bathed your child that night.
Correct.
And Trinity is the one that put the clothes on the child to go to bed, correct?
Correct.
And Trinity even did the child's hair that night, correct?
Yes. After my sister did it the same day, she was just fixing it.
But it wasn't unusual for Trinity to do those type things, was it?
Correct.
And I hear you correctly that when you got the call from Trinity about that you said you couldn't understand, there were 2 calls in a row, that you fast walked back into the hallway, into the dorm.
Correct.
I assume when you say fast walking, you mean almost like you see somebody that's exercising and really going
Yeah,
fast.
speed walking.
Now, the night before this occurred and in the morning, isn't it true that Trinity had been telling you that she just really wasn't ready to deal with this whole situation with the child and you, and she wanted you just to go back and it was time to break up?
No.
You weren't upset about that morning?
No.
You weren't hungover that morning?
No.
Those things weren't playing into your mind and things that were going on at
No.
the time of that morning?
No.
How far is it to the pizza place from your dorm?
I don't got no dorm.
Well, her dorm, I'm sorry.
What, 10 minutes? Maybe?
It's here in Americus.
Correct.
That's all the questions I have, yeah.
Mr. Lamb, do you have any cross-examination or further direct?
I do, Judge. Mr. Williams, they got stickers on. Mr. Williams, I met with you the other day to ask you some questions and talk to you about testimony and coming to court and all that. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
When we were talking, I asked you, if you recall, do you recall me asking you, what were you talking about when you told the GBI interviewer, when you told her that you were aware that there was a mark on his cheek?
Yes, he has eczema.
Yeah, that you were aware that there was a mark on the cheek, but it wasn't a bruise.
No,
Is that
correct.
right?
Correct.
And in fact, when I met with you, do you recall me showing you a photograph from it was actually taken at the autopsy?
Correct.
And I, what did it? It was a mark that was on his right cheek. What did that? Do you recall what I asked you about that mark?
There was a bruise.
Okay. Do you recall me asking you if it had been there before?
Yes, yeah, I remember you saying that.
Was that the mark you were referring to when
No,
you
sir.
told them you knew he had a mark on his face?
No, sir.
Had you seen that mark on his face before?
No, sir.
When the eczema appears, I'm going to show you 22 and State Exhibits 22 and 23. You remember you sent me some videos, is that right?
Correct.
And I'm going to represent you too. These are just screenshots from the videos. Okay. Do you
Correct.
recognize the photographs 22 and 23?
Yes.
And do you recognize those being from videos that you had taken on your phone?
Yes.
Okay. So on States 22, is there a portion of his face that shows one version of the eczema, what it sometimes looks like?
Yes.
And where is that on here?
Right there.
Okay, you're pointing to his left cheek?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I would tender States 22 at this time.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Submitted without objection.
Okay. So what you're pointing to on his left cheek is sort of a white patchy looking area on his
Yes. It's
cheek.
dry
Is that
skin.
right?
Yes, dry skin.
Okay, dry skin. All right. And then the other sort of manifestation of eczema when it appeared on his face was what?
Eczema.
You know, what did it look like when
It's-
if it wasn't the white patchy?
It's like a little light, bright red.
Okay. All right. And is that what's shown in States Exhibit 23?
Yes.
Tender States Exhibit 23 at this time.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Submitted without objection.
Okay. And Your Honor, I'm not going to put these up there, but if I just have a moment to point to the tree, can you come over here and there, if you step
Take a
there,
step down.
points
Yes.
to it? Okay. Right. Will you point for the jury what you're talking about on this picture of him as a baby, where you were talking about the eczema showing up? Okay, and that's the dry skin. Okay, all right, and then the other version of that sometimes showed up, you point to it over there. Okay, like the little red dots or whatever up on sort of rosy cheeks with the red dots.
Yes.
Okay, was that something? You can go back up there. Was that something that was ordinary
Yes.
for him? Did it ever develop into anything else? Did it ever develop beyond that in any way?
No.
When you left to go to Pizza Hut, I'm sorry, when you left to go to Walmart and Pizza Hut from the dorm, were there any marks on this child's face?
No.
Were there any bruises on his forehead?
No.
Were there any bruises on his cheeks?
No, sir.
Could he sit up
Yes.
and have some motor skills? I mean,
Yes.
was he able to hold and use his cup in a normal fashion?
Yes, he was drinking his cup and feeding himself.
When you got to the hospital, how long was it, if you remember, before Miss Poague got there?
5-10 minutes.
when she got there, did you have any opportunity to talk to her when she initially got there, when she first got there? Did you have any opportunity to talk to her before either of you talked to the police?
No.
Or talk to the you said security guard who was an off-duty policeman. Before you
Correct.
talked to him, did you have an opportunity to talk to her at the hospital?
No.
When was when was the first time that you heard this version that he fell out of a chair?
When she got there and told the officer that.
And that was Alan.
Correct.
Same officer you were talking to.
Correct.
Did you find yourself to be or consider yourself to be any more controlling or jealous in terms of this relationship with Trinity Poague than she was with you?
No.
I mean, the sort of wanting to stay in each other's social media and keep up with each other, was that kind of a two-way street?
Yes.
Oh yeah, so the rum. What kind of rum is it?
Bamboo.
Bamboo. Instead of looking for a copy of that, I'm gonna just use the one. Same thing, right? I'm gonna show you what's been admitted in evidence as defendant's exhibit 3. You recognize that? It was in
Yes.
taken. Oh, it's right there. It
Yes.
was taken in the door, right? In her room. The picture taken in her room.
Yes.
And have you, looks like it's about 2/3 gone. Have you drank all that rum in from the time you left Albany until
No.
you went to bed that night?
No.
Do you recall when you might have bought it?
I bought that Wednesday before the hotel.
Okay, so you bought it when y'all were staying at the hotel, or when you were going to stay at the hotel.
Correct.
When y'all were gonna have like an anniversary celebratory kind of night,
Correct.
make up,
Yes.
be on good terms, kind of.
Correct.
Nothing further, huh?
All right, any recross, Mr. Gibbon?
Just a couple of questions, Mr. Williams, when you got to the hospital with the child, you would have come into the hospital at some place. Did you come into the emergency room area or regular admissions?
I think emergency room. I'm not familiar with Americans,
You just went in there and then they took you on back to go other places.
but it said emergency room, so I'm positive.
And it was a few minutes, you said 5 or 10 minutes before you actually saw Trinity Poague.
Correct.
But you don't know where she showed up at the hospital at the exact time. You
No, I
just
don't know
the
exact
first
time.
You saw her, right?
Correct.
And she could have been at the station trying to find out what's going on and getting directed where to go for a few minutes before you saw her, correct?
She knew I was going to the emergency room.
But she still would have had to find her way and had some guidance there, possibly.
She had my location.
Did she know the hospital? She go there regularly?
Yes. She was in the hospital maybe 2-3 weeks before that.
Emergency room?
She was in the hospital. So obviously you got to
She at
pass
the
emergency.
emergency room?
Huh?
She was at the emergency room?
I think at first.
You think she was first at the emergency room?
Well, no, I'm saying she was there weeks prior.
Okay.
So she was familiar with the vicinity.
Well, you will acknowledge that when you go to a hospital and you're coming with an emergency, many times you have to get guidance from the hospital staff to know where you need to be going, where the room is, what place the person's at, that type of thing, correct?
Girl, I was outside when she got there.
Oh, wait a second.
All right. You have another question, Mr. Lamb? Any redirect?
No, I do not. Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, may this witness be excused?
Yes, Your Honor, you may be.
All right, that means you can stay or go.
Yeah, I still stand by what I said
We'll
before.
address that.
I understand I may have been overruled on that, but I do object to that.
All right.
So you're objecting to being released?
To him being in the courtroom, we had that discussion earlier.
Yes.
That's what he was talking about, I think.
Okay.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I know from asking the attorneys before you came back in that we have two more witnesses that are short. We could take one or two if you want to. It is 5. If you're ready to go, we can go. But can I get kind of a sense of whether or not you'd like to hear from another witness before you leave? Nod your heads if you would. Okay. Well, one says no. Okay. I told you I wasn't going to make anyone stay late. In other words, I want to be at your pleasure when it gets to decisions like this. So unless we're in a situation where we need to have it done, but I think these witnesses are local. So we will adjourn for the night. What I want to do, though, is remind you about what we discussed. And like I said, one thing I have in mind in particular is that you got to be very diligent about not going on social media, on the TV. No, you leave. I think they leave the tags here, or do they bring them back in the morning? Yeah, leave them in the jury room, and you can put them on when you get back to the jury room in the morning. But don't discuss the case. Don't look on the TV, and don't try to find out anything about the case or see if there's been any coverage or look at court TV or anything of that nature. Okay? And return promptly at 9 o'clock. And Lord willing, we'll get started right at 9 o'clock. Okay? Thank you very much. Yeah, take your notes with you and leave them in the jury room also. All right. I want to clarify one thing before we leave about my ruling with the, sorry, sit down for just a second, about the presence of Mr. Williams in the courtroom. The statute doesn't really say what a parent is, but I think there's a couple of reasons I think he can stay. One of which is I think he probably is a parent, even though he's, hasn't had the legitimation in the context of the rule of sequestration. But also, there's the latter part of that is substantial harm. And I think now that he has testified and been thoroughly cross-examined, I don't see the harm of him staying in the courtroom at this point as a representative of the victim.
One thing, just for clarity, I realized this after we had that whole discussion and that there's another provision in the statute that actually defines parent for the purpose of the statute as being a natural parent, guardian, or custodian.
Okay, well, that's even better. I mean, I frankly hadn't had time to research it.
Yes, sir.
But so that's I just wanted to clarify what was going through my mind when I ruled that he could stay in the courtroom. And I believe he's not been released from Mr. Gamble's subpoena, so I suppose either one of you could still recall him as a witness if you felt it was necessary.
But he may be present in the court.
He may be present from this point forward. Is there any other issues we need to address before we leave? No.
Not that I know of.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, I'll be here a few minutes early in the morning. All right, thank y'all.
Thank you.